What's up? How y'all doing? I hope all is well. Have a few special guests that's going to be talking to us today as well as we talk about Judge Boyd. All right. Oh man. Hold on. Right. Gotta do that another time. All right. Well. All right. So yes, I got some special guests today. So we're going to Famous Friday. Today is dedicated to Associate Judge William Stewart Boyd of the Cook County Circuit Court Domestic Relations Division. Dishonorable William Stewart Boyd is an associate judge in the Domestic Relations Division at the Circuit Court of Cook County. Courtroom is 1605, calendar C, Richard J. Daly Center, Chicago, Illinois. If you want to send some emails to him and tell him how terrible he is, you can email ccc.domrelcr1605 at cookcountyillinois.gov. He studied law at Northern Illinois University College of Law, and he attended the no good University of, this University of Illinois, Chicago, so UIC. Okay, UIC, here and there when it comes to them. He practiced law. He had private practice from 1983 to 1998. He focused on family law, probate, and general litigation. He served as an assistant Cook County State's Attorney and for 14 years functioned as a panel attorney for the Federal Defender's Office. He was appointed as an associate judge by the Circuit Judges of Cook County in 1998. He handles domestic relations cases, includes divorce, custody, and related matters, presides over calendar C in his division, and he's supposed to be recognized for his legal knowledge, which he has no knowledge of, courtroom management, which is terrible courtroom management, and his temperament, praised by exceptionally hardworking and for creating high quality written opinions. He was rated well qualified by the Illinois Judicial Council during the March 2012 primary election. I don't know how that is because there's too many people that complain about this judge. He's held roles as a professor at Kent College of Law from 2003 to 2007, and he was a guest lecturer at the University of Chicago. That's what I'm talking about. The University of Terrible Chicago Law School from 2006 to 2010. I don't know, recently, what I read earlier, and I'm going to make sure I got it. So this came out April 4th, 2025. Chicago cops did little to investigate how a gun a judge turned in to be destroyed ended up at a crime scene. The revolver that Cook County Judge William Stewart Boyd turned in at a Chicago police gun buyback resurfaced at the scene of a fatal police shooting in Cicero in 2012. Police said it would be difficult and unwise to interview anyone involved in the buyback and close the investigation. Cook County Judge William Stewart Boyd turned over two old guns at Immaculate Conception Church in South Chicago nearly 2 decades ago. They were among more than 5,900 guns that Chicago Police Department recovered at buybacks that day, its most successful haul ever. But 5 years later, one of the guns Boyd had given up resurfaced at the scene of a fatal police shooting in Cicero. The Better Government Association, which publishes the Illinois Answers Project and Chicago Sun-Times, first reported the story in 2017, prompting a Chicago police internal investigation. After the city of Chicago initially refused to release records from that investigation, saying it was still open, Illinois Answers sued to obtain the findings. The records show that there was no attempt to determine what went wrong or how to fix the problem. Boyd was never interviewed, nor were any of the officers who might have handled the gun. It didn't surprise me to tell you the truth, Boyd says. For me to turn in a weapon to CPD and it ends up in Cicero, what does that tell you? Chicago police processed more than 3,000 guns during the first citywide buyback in 2006. The event was prompted by a series of violent deaths. 2 Inglewood girls had been struck by bullets fired into their homes, and a musician was gunned down in a church parking lot in Roseland. The following summer, Boyd took his guns to Immaculate Conception, where police eventually processed 264 firearms. Records from the investigation show a Ruger Security 6 .357 caliber revolver was destroyed, but his late father's Smith & Wesson 38 caliber revolver later was found beside Caesar Maneuver when he was fatally shot by Cicero police officer July 5th, 2012. Officer Don Garrity told investigators that Muniv pointed a gun at another officer after they responded to a call of a gang fight. Boyd later signed an affidavit saying the weapon belonged to his father and been turned over to Chicago police. When the new family sued Garrity in the town of Cicero, saying the gun had been planted, and Cicero settled the case for $3.5 million. Garrity slammed the settlement on social media. A policeman gets into a shooting with another man with a gun, and the cop and his family go to hell in the media and keep bashing the police every time they have to use any type of force, let alone lethal force, Garrity wrote in a Facebook post in 2018. About 4 months later, Garrity shot himself in the head with a Glock 17 pistol, the same gun he killed Maneuver with. Garrity had told family and medical providers he had post-traumatic stress disorder. He linked to the encounter with Maneuver and another on-duty shooting. But he also traced his struggles to his experience working in Abrams tank during the U.S. government's 1993 siege of the Branch Cult compound, Waco, Texas, where 76 people died. While Garrity was still alive, Chicago police announced an internal investigation into the missing gun. After the BGA and Sun-Times reported on the case, it was one of the department's longest-running internal affair cases between 2017 and 2023. The city refused to turn over records, and the case prompted Illinois Answers to sue. At one court hearing, Salvador Serrano, the former record supervisor for the Bureau of Internal Affairs, said there was an unwritten rule against released findings on ongoing investigation. So I want to know where he got all them guns from, this judge, but I gotta do a whole investigation on that. That whole thing is wild. We're here today to talk about how he is an incompetent domestic relations judge, and I don't know why he's on this bench, because he is just not he's just not competent. So I have a few people that are going to be on the show. I just want to see if Dr. Glass, are you around? I see you back here, but if you here. Before I put you up there, I'm going to introduce who you are first. Can't hear you. Just want to make sure. I know your mic is off, but I can't hear you. Before I put you on there. All right. So Dr. Latoya Glass is a chiropractor in Country Club Hills. She's been a chiropractor for 21 years. She established Miracles Revealed Chiropractor Wellness Center in 2013, where she is currently the president. She serves on the board of GGG, Giving God the Glory Ministries, with their main focus in providing financial assistance to scholars. She has received several awards, the latest for her leadership in inspiring others to become their best selves. She was also a cast in the movie London Mitchell's Christmas, which also featured Miracles Revealed Chiropractic Center in it as well. She also known to being a philanthropist, a speaker, and a mentor, to name a few. She resides in Madison and is the mother of 3 beautiful children. She loves to travel and trying new things. She filed for divorce in August of 2020. The process has been over 5 years now. Judge William Boyd has shown favoritism towards her husband, all stemming from accusations back in June of this year. Dr. Glass was held, back in June of this year, Dr. Glass was held in contempt from a court order back in 2023 and sentenced to the Cook County Correctional Facility in order to pay $21,220 to get out of jail. Her soon-to-be ex has been held in contempt 2 times, going on 3, but was never sentenced. According to the court order, Dr. Glass was not the responsible party in the order, which the judge and the attorneys never took the time to read and comprehend. Even though she paid the full bond with receipts, Judge Boyd ordered a body attachment on Dr. Glass for failure to comply with the bond. Okay, they love domestic relations in 555 West Harrison as well. They love to give out contempt of courts. Okay, they gave my mama a contempt of court because she was fighting this case that we're fighting now, and they were trying to scare her to do something. So at 70 years old, they decided to put a contempt of court on her to mess up her record. That's what they do. They do this on purpose, and they know that even though you can fight it, get it off, get it expunged, it still will always come up. And with the way that they red line when it comes to getting an apartment, getting a home, getting any type of resource, if they go, even when it comes to like Uber, driving, getting a job with Uber or something like that, that contempt of court will come up, even though it's expunged. But they say they have a computer that goes through all of the process, all the paperwork and stuff, and if it pops up, you can't get the job or you can't get the apartment, or you said so. It's another form of red line. So they do it on purpose, and that is something that people need to start talking about more to get that removed, or these judges need to get off the bench, because these contempt of courts that Timothy Evans is allowing to happen is a problem, because Timothy Evans doesn't care because he's installed as the chief. He's the chief judge of the Cook County and the boss of over all these judges, but does not do anything about it because he also is incompetent and part of the machine. Okay, Dr. Glass, are you here?
So, how you doing?
On the board.
Can you see me?
Yes, I can. How you doing?
I'm doing
Get
well.
this
How about
man.
yourself?
I'm well. Hold on. Let me get my man off so I can see you. All right. How you doing, Dr. Glass?
All righty, man. As well as to be expected, though. And thank you for what you're doing and bringing insight to this corruption in the Cook County. I just want to commend you for that. Thank you for what that research you just did on William Board. I mean, that was very knowledgeable as well. And I just thank you for having me today to share my story.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So, have you ever been locked up before you had to visit the Cook County?
No, player. I try to stay away from there, with the orange suit and all that stuff. But they do blue jeans. But no, so I don't know. I don't want to be behind bars. I don't belong there. I belong with helping people, inspiring people, doing what I do. So never in a million years would I thought I would be at 26 in California, but hey, I was there.
So can you walk
Yeah.
us through uh how did you get there? What led this man to give you a contempt of court?
Yes, I can walk you through it.
Or you
So
can
the
walk
day
just or
of
just how it all started,
you say what? So
or even how it all started. Like what's wrong with this man?
you know what? That's a good question. All I know that day I had filed a couple motions, one for my soon to be ex to respond why he hasn't obeyed the court order 3 times that the judge had ordered for him to contribute to the household, also to contribute to expenses for his kids, also to the business valuation. I'll get to that in a minute to why that court order was for the business valuation that Judge Boyd put in 2 years ago for evaluation of the chiropractic business. And so my concern was Judge Boyd is taking 2 years for a mom and pop chiropractic um, practice in Country Club Hills, and the attorney that was appointed by him was like, "There's nowhere near completion." So we went that day. We was also in negotiation format that I thought that they were ready to negotiate to try to get this to completion.
It went out. I can't hear you. Can't hear you. Can you hear her? Can't hear you. Hold on.
I'm
Can't hear
asking,
you.
hey Judge, I'm not saying I don't want this not taken, but can I please have a second opinion? And then they always focus on my financials. You take these trips, you drive this, you do that. And um and so when we was there doing the hearing, it was like Judge Boyd wasn't really even present. It's like he had already predetermined that he was going to throw the books at me. That's what it seemed like, because after all the arguments was taken, he immediately said, "I'm sentencing you to the Cook County Correctional Center." And then they just started throwing out these fees. The majority of that was my soon-to-be ex attorney fees, and a retainer of the business valuation that his attorney suggested that they double, which came out to the $21,202. So after that, I kind of went numb because there was no Dr. Hey, Dr. Sherman that he called me. Are you willing to make amends with this? It wasn't none of that. It was no warning. It was like you finna go to jail, and I'm requiring you to pay the $21,200 to get out of jail. So it was a total shock. Like I said, I went numb, and yeah, that's that's pretty much how it went down. So
Okay. So you hear me? I want to make sure because I got. Do you hear me right?
yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I get both of these. Okay. So how long he's so you've been dealing with Judge Boyd for 5 years,
I'm correct. Mm-hmm.
and does this is this the average of a divorce? Because I've like that it takes 5 years for a divorce.
No, that shouldn't be the average. The average that I learned of is no more than 14 months.
No more
No
than
more
14
than
months.
14 months. No more right than 14 months. But just talking with some other people that had him, one particular a patient of mine, she said it took her 7 years with excuse me, Judge Boyd to get her divorce. Yeah.
So what
And
is it?
and
Is it
no,
a lot of assets? Is that the reason why it's taking?
well, it's just been allegations, assumptions from his attorney saying she got all this money, which I've given them bank statements. I provided everything they asked for. You know, they claim I got all this money, even though it never shows. But he just boy has never taken the time to say, "Hey, show me what you're talking about." I mean, my
Right.
soon-to-be ex has claimed that he saw $250,000 in a safe. You know that they have a witness that I showed the $250,000 in a safe too. I don't know why someone would be like, "Yeah, come on, let me show you where I got $250,000 in the safe for." Um, and then he's always accusing me of going, this place and this place, but never like, okay, did someone pay for her to go there? How much was it paid for? It was just all assumptions that Judge Boyd just went with without getting clarification on, hey, was it actually legit and stuff,
Yes.
you
Yes.
know, because it was always talked about my finances and not necessarily my soon to be ex, which he has had his business since we've been married. Judge Boyd did deny evaluation of his business because his attorney claimed, hey, he's been a kept husband and he just started his business 2 years ago. And he does in and out jobs. Even though we had to subpoena his bank statements where it showed that he was depositing in one account 100 and plus thousand dollars per year.
But they don't
Yeah.
talk about that.
No, they don't talk about that.
So,
They don't talk.
do you have an attorney? Are you representing yourself?
Right now, I'm representing myself.
So, when you
Yep,
first started, did you have an attorney?
I did. So I've actually been through I've been through three attorneys in this process. Yes,
Three attorneys.
yeah,
And
three attorneys.
what's the problem? They're not defending you. Like I'm learning this with other people. Like I know a lady named is Jackie and DuPage. She has went through
Hmm.
like five attorneys because they're not listening to her and what she's like. They're going against her and working with the judges.
Yeah, I can see that with my first attorney. Some things happened where my soon to be ex took a phone of mine, not a phone of mine, but a phone of my daughter's that he got a hold of, and he ended up deleting all my pictures and all my videos that was, prudent to my case. And so when I talked to my first attorney, I was like, he was like, "There's nothing I can do. Stay there. Just go back over there." So especially when you in the system and you already traumatized, I guess you want that not just so much as advocate, but emotional support as well to say, "Hey, let me see what I can do on your behalf." So that kind of initiated, and then his response to not following up with my soon to be ex attorney as well, to where I had to reach out and say, "Hey, it's been like 45 days since we asked them for this." And so it was, I'll say this about attorneys, like this is what I think. They tell you what you want to hear, and then when they get you as clients, it's not that case. It's like that you gotta stay on them to make sure they're doing what you're supposed to do, even though you're paying them to do what they're supposed to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you report any of them to like the
Not as of
ARDC?
yet. Right, right. So not as of yet.
Not as yet.
Not as
Okay.
of yet. So
Yeah,
yeah.
make sure you do those. I know that a lot of people don't do it,
Right.
but we need to eat because even with this guy, Judge Boyd,
Right.
there was a time where Injustice Watch said how terrible he was. Let me get
Mm-hmm.
that. Let me get it. Yeah.
So I will say, as you going through the process and you notice, consistencies with things that just don't add up, then that bulb starts to go off in the front of your head and mind. Because most people usually telling you, you need an attorney, you need an attorney, you need an attorney. And my thing to that I had one, and she got me locked up because she didn't read. But yet, when I looked at her itemized bills, it was all these dates where I was billed for review a file, review a file, review a file. And then
Uh-huh.
again, this was a court order back in 2023. And again, this order was what got me sentenced to the correctional facility, which, ma'am, did you actually read that? Because it's clear as day that I was not the responsible party.
At
Clear
all.
as day. At all. At all.
At all.
So, at all. At all. So this could have been determined when you took my file, when you took my case. I think I had, maybe she had been with me for like 2 years, maybe. Don't quote me on that time frame, but enough time to say, hey, after reviewing this shows that you're not even supposed to be responsible for this. So yeah.
Yeah, I see that. So,
Yeah.
what's the status now of the divorce?
So the status now, my next court date is next week on Wednesday. During that time, I'm going to file some motions. So I'm gonna ask the judge, present my motions to him, and then ask for a hearing to be set for that, for
Now,
those
have you
motions.
asked to get another judge? Because I was reading this thing, this other lady.
Um, I have asked other judges and people about that, and then for one judge, her response was, well, if I think they trying to get another judge because they don't like me, then I say no. But just from research, in which I could be wrong, that it's hard to change it after it's already established. 'Cause even I was thinking now that I'm representing myself, I'm not in the area, because my case is downtown. Markham would be closer to for me, but
Okay.
that could be something that could be talked about later. But with my research, is highly impossible that we're able to get a judge, a different judge.
Okay.
But again, it
But
could
yeah,
change.
a lot of people do not like him. In 2018, a lady by the name of Martha Padilla, and she was getting a divorce from Robert Kowalski. She asked to change judges because her judge was Honorable William S. Boyd.
Uh-huh.
So that's how bad it is. You understand? Like
And
no
so
one.
was she denied?
I'm about to look right now. Because I had just saw this um, right before, and I was like, "Dang, this is the like fourth person."
Mm-hmm.
Um, let's see. So yes, so the 2 years. So she still got. She's asking for the order of protection. She received the order of protection, and and they and yeah, he was removed from there. But
Oh, he
she
was okay.
argued Judge Boyd was biased, citing ex parte communications with the attorney, overheard her comments and administrative letters. So she had a whole bunch of evidence.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, after delays, including judicial substitutions, withdrawal of counsel, scheduled postponements, the trial court held a preliminary hearing and entered the 2 year order of protection, which she was asking for. Um,
And
it
while you
says,
reading that, go
yeah,
ahead though.
I'll send it to you as well.
Yeah, send
Uh,
it to me.
yeah,
But
so
during
yeah,
that
so
time,
basically,
yeah.
and there's another person that reached out to me as well. Um, they had sued. It was a whole it was Bierman, the plaintiffs. So it was Judge William Boyd, was a Cook County Domestic Relations Division judge who at one point assigned to the custody dispute between it was a person by the name of Kenton. The plaintiffs accused him, Judge Renee Goldfarb, of being bribed by lawyers of Bierman Law Firm. Now, Bierman Law Firm also is a criminal organization law firm. They're into this stuff a lot as well.
Mm-hmm.
And they allege that Boyd violated their constitutional rights to an impartial judge. They also said that Boyd was part of a civil conspiracy with the lawyers and detective. And the wrongful acts were issuing adverse orders in the custody case plaintiffs say a fair judge wouldn't have made. Um, the they say even though they say that they did the motion to dismiss because of judicial immunity. So they were saying even if Boyd had accepted bribes, which the court says the judges denied, any harm of the plaintiffs came from the judicial orders in the custody order. Judges are immune from lawsuits for actions taken in their judicial capacity unless acting completely outside this jurisdiction, which they feel like wasn't the case. But if you're violating constitutional rights, you
Right.
are acting outside. Um, the plaintiffs, um, the plaintiffs didn't respond to the boys' motion to dismiss on time, which also counts against them. And then it was dismissed, but he was a defendant in a case accused of corruption and custody dispute. But when you don't have a good attorney or a strong attorney to fight these cases, or you end up doing it yourself, they'll quickly do a motion to dismiss. I've watched that plenty of times.
Right, right.
Yeah.
And that's
So
what we're advocating too, right, with that
yeah.
court reporter being there as well, because they, you know,
Yeah. Do you have
um,
transcripts?
I do not.
And they don't have
I,
transcripts. I mean, they don't have. Do they have? You have to pay for your transcripts, right? Like they don't have a court reporter in there.
they don't have a court reporter, and most of the time when we went to his courtroom to for a hearing, my soon to be ex attorney would recommend that my attorney, the judge, and him go back in the chambers to discuss stuff privately. So I usually would never know what happened until I read the court order. But usually the court order was not consistent with what my attorney would tell me at the time.
Attorney at
Because
the
most of the time it was written up, from my soon to be ex attorney. Even with one order that I looked at, Gordon, the one that they locked me up for, like he approved whatever approved for my personal assets to be analyzed, and not mine soon to be ex. So I don't know who would approve that or think that would just be okay. Yeah, just do hers and not his. So
yeah.
yeah,
That's so.
yeah,
What?
yeah.
Um. So you go back to court next week. So what is this like?
Uh-huh.
What do you think? What is the solution when it comes to? Do you think that you guys are going to figure out everything next week, or you feel like it's going to continue to be delayed? And why is it still delayed? Is it delayed because it's a money grab? Is it delayed because he? And I've heard this. Now you're not like everybody that I've spoken to, especially a lot of women. He's biased
Mm-hmm.
towards women.
Mm-hmm.
So like, what do you think it is? Like, do you think that you guys are it's going to be settled next week, or is going to continue to go on, and it's going to continue to go on because it's more of putting you in your place, or because it's a money grab?
I definitely think he is biased, especially with just experience from my case. Next week, excuse me, it would be a court date to say, hey, let's hear her motions. Because
Okay.
now, like, and I tell people, if you don't have the right attorney, that's important as well. somebody that operates off of integrity, making sure they advocate for you as well. But going forward, like everything that I'm presenting is about facts. It's factual. So what he decides to do on the factual stuff, hopefully he will make the right decision on it with the factual stuff. If not, then there's just going to be more maybe legal things toward him because it's just been a lot of accusations.
Have
A
you
lot of
reported him?
accusations. So have I reported Judge Boyd yet?
Yes.
No. No, not
Okay.
yet.
So yeah, I think that's one of the steps that needs to
Yeah.
happen.
Look,
And I
Zoe.
think writing a letter to the Department of Justice just so they understand, and not just you, everybody that has an issue with this man, like, because it's not a coincidence. There's another
Right,
lady that's going to come up here. Her name is Dana. Dana doesn't know you. You don't know Dana. Dana
right.
has the same issue, you know. So this
Wow.
is something wrong.
Right. And so you imagine all the other people that had the same issue, but is scared to talk up,
Yeah,
um, or share their information or their stories because of what may potentially,
yeah,
happen to them.
retaliation.
But
And you think
listen,
it's politically motivated, or you just think that this man is just incompetent?
it could be a mixture of both. With it, and like you said, just hearing other people's stories, maybe that can give me more insight with it. I tell people all the time, I'm usually not a political person, but I'm getting more political and just understanding and realizing how the system works, like how the system isn't set up to support the people that want to do right. Is set up more to just support people that ain't doing what they supposed to do. And
Yeah, they don't care about the laws. They don't care about.
yeah.
They're being is everything is an opinion, and
Mm-hmm.
an opinion, or bias. We're dealing with bias and opinionated attorneys and lawyers. And, I mean judges,
Mm-hmm.
opinionated and biased judges that are not going off of the U.S. Constitution and the facts. The facts are the
Right.
facts.
Right. Not at
The law
all.
is the law. Like, I don't care how you care.
Right.
You don't fuck with me on a personal level. Cool.
Right.
However, the law is the law, and I
Right.
think that's the issue that we're having. We're having a bunch of people who are, I call them popular dummies, the dumb elites.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta know somebody to get into the club, and everybody's in this club, but none of them
Right.
are
Pay to
competent at
play.
all, or know how to govern, don't know how to be a public servant. Like, we're paying y'all salaries. Like,
Mm-hmm.
our votes are keeping y'all in. If it's not, if we do not make sure that we show up, or or our tax dollar is not providing a lifestyle that you would have never had if you didn't work for the government, and you clearly don't care about you don't care about your job. You don't love your job, and you really didn't get into it because you wanted to be a like, the judge is supposed to be a person that's supposed to bring peace and accountability.
That part.
And if you're not going to be a peacemaker and accountability on top of the law, regardless of how you feel about this person, that's at
Right.
the end of the day, like, it's just like, if that's your homeboy. Your
Right.
homeboy that went out just like Judge Boyd. You went and gave 264 guns to this buyback. One gun, this gun,
Like
out of
that
all
don't,
the people.
yeah. I can't wait till we dig more up into that. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
you with that information is like, wow. Like I can't wait till you dig more up into it.
Yeah,
Cause
because
like you
that's the
said, where you getting
law.
all these guns from? Did somebody
Like, where you
tell
get
you,
all the
look,
guns from? Why,
right,
out of all the guns that was dealt with, that they have 5,700 guns that day. Your gun was the one that happened to turn
The one,
Uh,
right. Right. But there was no more accountability, as to what they determined happened, So I'm curious.
yeah, I
I'm
gotta look that
definitely
up.
we
I gotta
gotta
see the
dig more into
information.
that.
There's a
Right.
lot of guns that's gone missing. You understand? And
Yeah.
I mean that people ain't really talking about. It's a Crystal V.
Mm-hmm.
Rivera situation. That gun, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just crazy.
Right.
But yeah, let me see.
Just
Jane, are you
crazy.
there?
And you still able to operate as an honorable judge,
As an honorable
as an
judge.
honorable judge. And I will say, when I for my second attorney, because Judge Boyd did miss a lot out sick. I probably
Okay.
can understand why. But and I was like, can I get another judge? And his
Right.
thing would be like, no, not really, because it's really, not an appropriate reason for you to find another judge. And I'm like, it is, because he keep missing. I'm
Right.
trying to get this over with and stuff. But yeah, this is the process has been overwhelming.
Are you and your husband like speak? Or y'all are in good
No,
books together?
we don't speak at all. Yeah, we don't speak at all. And I will say this, Zoe, because even this Zoe, this last time that they filed an emergency motion with when he put the body attachment on me, saying I didn't adhere and pay the full bond to the court. They tried to get me put out the house, take exclusive possession of the house, and then say I'm doing emotional stress to my kids. Mind you, they have filed that same motion 2 years before, but he never left. This man accused me of pointing a gun at him, saying I would unequivocally going to kill him, that he feels threatened by me, that I intimidating him. Mind you, he bigger than me. He a big guy. Saying I'm being intimidating, but they filed the same motion 2 years ago, and he ain't left. Even after this one that they recently filed, um, what was that? Probably was it this month, or whenever, he still ain't left. He's still here.
I'm still
Now, if
here.
you felt like I was gonna kill you, you would you still be here?
Yeah. Okay. So y'all
Yeah.
stay in the same way. So
We
y'all
stay in the same house. There's really no
5 years?
communication. 5 years.
Is it like this is
Five
like your
years.
roommate?
I don't know. That's another thing.
You got a roommate. You got
But
a
like,
roommate.
how do you do it? I just got to a point where I had to think about my kids, because we got a 12-year-old, 14-year-old, and 16-year-old.
Okay.
Because there were times when, being the narcissist that he is as well, just try to prompt you in doing stuff, just try to aggravate you and stuff. But I had to, just be like doing it for my kids.
What's his
Um,
sign? What sign is he?
he's a Cancer.
Oh my God! You know, men are
Yeah.
cancers. Men cancers are emotional.
Well, the baby, that one ain't never. I ain't never.
He emotional right now. He mad. That's why he's still at that
I
house.
ain't.
And that's
You
why he's
you
still at that
know.
house. But
He ain't trying to leave. People like you the last resort. He's never gonna find another Dr. Glass. So him and his attorney is just trying to hold on to just thinking they gonna get this big bankroll from me. But at the end of the day, them tables done turned. You know what I'm saying?
well,
That
have you guys tried to do counseling?
we had, yep. In the beginning, had to go to went through counseling with my pastor and some more counseling, but he's a habitual liar.
Okay, he's a bitch ass liar.
Yeah, he's a habitual
It ain't no
liar.
saving him.
Is it? You know what? I pray that it is, because at the end of the day, I tell people I just want us all to be better. And the fact that we have 3 kids together, if something ever happens to me, I need for him to be the best version of him for our kids. So
Have you
I
guys tried to
continue.
go to therapy now for co-parenting?
No, because even so, when I tried to talk to him, because I had went to him, I said, "Listen, can we try to resolve this, you and I, without our attorneys, just being in the mix? Because that's all they doing is just charging us fees." Um, My attorney stated that he's not paying his attorney. So I don't know how true that is, but I did go to him. And his response was, I'm gonna have to talk to my attorney.
So he's still talking to his
So
attorney?
I said, well, after now, that when he wrote up that court order, that you was responsible party, I'm gonna see how you feel. But I did try to go to him and say, hey, can we resolve this between us? Because I do, well, beginning this process before, that's what they want you to do, to try to resolve it between you and your other party. So they ain't got to be involved in all this stuff. But when they feel that you can't, then baby, they gonna milk you dry.
Yeah, and
Okay,
so
they're
I
gonna
think
be
that's
like, okay, they don't want to talk. Okay,
no, they don't.
that's another phone call. That's another $350. Because they don't want to talk. But everything, even trying to talk to him about the kids, I'm gonna have to ask my attorney. I'm gonna have to. I might be thinking in my head now. You got to ask a white man about your kids.
A
Okay,
white
cool.
man about your kid.
About your kids,
But
and I just have to walk away. From that because yeah,
don't
that
tell
just
me he
don't make
voted for
sense to me.
Kamala asking
I
a white
ain't
man.
well, I will say he is from the Bahamas. Now I'll have to disclose that, but he ain't voting. He ain't. He ain't doing taxes though. He ain't voting. Talking
Ask a
about
white man to see about his kids.
yeah,
Damn.
that was my
So
thing, and that's what I wanted to say. But but just trying to talk to him is never because everything for him is about money. Reason why we stopped talking was about money.
about money.
Even after he's taken and disclosed didn't undisclose his financials during our marriage a lot. Everything to him is about money.
I
Oh, she
love the
didn't give me
Bahamas.
nothing for the kids, then.
I love the Bahamas.
Huh?
I love the Bahamas.
You love the Bahamas? I ain't got to
Yeah,
go
the
there again.
Bahamas. I love
What,
Nassau.
well, look, don't find nobody over there, okay? So don't try to just
What part of Bahamas he from? Nassau.
Nassau, uh-huh. He's from Nassau.
Um,
Yeah.
I think I might know who he is.
You may. You be out in the south suburbs quite a bit. You
Nah,
ever?
but do he be downtown?
No, he don't be downtown. He frequent one spot, Bocce's a lot, Red Star. So normally be in the
Oh,
area.
okay, they're probably
Yeah. But
not.
yeah, you should meet him one day. I think that would be
Okay.
great.
Now I want us to
And interview him. You should try to interview him. Say, look, I want to hear your side.
I want us to get out these courts.
That part.
I
That
want
part.
us to get out these
Yeah.
courts and start being learn how to co-parent.
Yeah. Learn how to call
If
putting
y'all
that
can make
money.
if y'all can make it in that house for 5 years, especially y'all made it through COVID, I think
Now
y'all can get
look.
back together.
Now look, though. I was with you. Now look, now look, but look, don't, don't,
Because
look, look now listen, now look.
y'all made
I
it
tell
before
people,
COVID.
I know one day we gonna have a relationship because even people that have been with a divorce going through it, they was like, we didn't like each other, but we found a common ground for our kids. So I do hope one day that he focuses on himself first from a help with God, his kids, to where he can have that, loving relationship with them. Because that's very important to me because I think as of now he does stuff because of me, and it affects our kids in ways which I love my kids. My kids know I'm gonna be there for them and mom do everything for them to just have that emotional support, physical support, social support, all that support there. So um I won't say that we will get back together, but I do hope and pray that one day we can have a relationship to where again we're bettering ourselves for
Yeah.
just for the world. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we
I
need to
mean,
be.
just for the world and just for the
Yeah,
family. Because my thing
right.
is, the family dynamic is very important. And
It
as
is.
a Bohemian who understands and loves America and loves y'all and loves that house that y'all have, he also understands the power of you and wanting to still be here, but he's being stubborn. He's being stubborn, y'all.
Yeah,
He's being
yeah.
stubborn. Because 5 years,
They say
real talk, 5
trial
years.
before destruction. Yeah, because I mean, I think we live pretty good. We had,
Who
we're
cooks?
blessed.
You or
We're
him?
blessed, huh?
Who cooking still?
I cook mostly. He does some cooking.
Okay. So y'all
For the
still,
kids.
so y'all roommates and y'all cooking for each other. So you make sure you eat, he
No,
make sure he eat.
he just steal the food I cook. That's
Oh,
all.
okay.
Yeah, he just be, yeah, just taking it. But cause
So
I
it
show.
really feels, it really feels. First of all, he is being stubborn because at the end of the day, if you guys can co-parent, I mean, if you guys can be in the same house, can co-parent, can cook for each other,
No, we don't cook for each other. He cook for the kids. I cook for the kids. But
yeah,
he don't do a lot. Yeah,
yeah,
he
you
don't
may cook for the
do.
kids, but you gotta play, and he gotta play.
Yeah, he eats,
Yeah.
but he
So
don't.
my
Yeah,
thing is, the lawyers are playing with y'all, and Judge Boyd is playing because he's getting money. You understand? This is real livelihood. It's coming out, it's bleeding y'all. But at the end of the day, the lawyers are playing. Well, your lawyers was playing you, but you're representing yourself now. But
right.
his lawyer is playing him.
Mm-hmm.
He's dragging it out, dragging it out. And because at the end of the day, it does not make any sense how y'all 5 years y'all still trying to get this divorce.
Well, that's been going on, yeah, too long too. So hopefully, yeah, Judge Boyd does the right thing and be like, you know what, Mr. Sherman, you just go over there for now, until we get this situation out. Because like he doesn't improve stuff around here, but just decreases stuff.
Yeah,
You
but you're
know, he
right. You want him
doesn't.
to leave, but you're not. You want him to leave, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
do
but you're
want
just
to
being
say, yeah.
cordial. You understand? At the end of the day,
Absolutely.
and this is your child. I mean, this is your kid's father. And at the end of
Right.
the day, you don't want to set a bad example for them, which makes sense. What you're doing, I think I commend you both. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
However, nigga, leave.
Right. If you not, you're right. You're right. Because again,
You
don't
know,
barely do right.
and
Just yeah.
he probably do want to leave. It's the attorneys that tell you to stay in there, stick it out. We gonna win this and we gonna do that. But at the end of the day, people get tired. The attorneys try to make as much money as they can. The attorneys
You're
and the
right.
judges, they're friends. These people acting like they fighting against each other and they going to dinner with each other. Our lives in their hands is a big game. I
Yeah.
had Boyd before too, and he made my life miserable going through a divorce. I
Full
mean,
time.
miserable. It was so bad to the point I just gave up. I gave up
Wow.
and let the case close and went back later and filed, and that's how I got my divorce through another judge.
You
He,
closed it, so you filed.
yeah,
You
I let it
initially
close.
filed,
Yeah, I let it close.
and
Cause
you
it,
can
I
do
mean,
that without permission, which I probably ain't gonna do that now, based on the tables have turned, because that
yep,
was another option as well.
mhm,
Do
yeah.
you
You,
have any assets, Dana?
it's a game. You just gotta. If you don't show up and he don't show up, what can they do? Like what you saying now is he don't want to leave. You kind of gotta trick him into the divorce thing. Like that's what I had to do. Cause going through boy, I don't know what he think he got, what godly powers he think he got to keep people together. I mean, I was telling this man I was being harassed, I was being
Mm-hmm.
followed, and everything. His focus wasn't on that. He, as a woman, he don't really want to let you speak.
Right.
You know,
Never.
he, yeah,
Yeah.
he has a nasty attitude when you
And
say
does.
something,
Yes.
and then he likes to twist your words. So yeah, he plays these games. So
Yeah, he
that's,
don't want you to speak, baby. He don't want you to breathe up in there.
oh
He don't want
no,
you to breathe.
You can't
but
even ask for permission to speak. Put your hand down.
of course, yep,
That's your
but
problem. You got an attitude problem.
This,
If
the
I had an
judge?
attitude problem, yes.
yes,
Before he
he's
sentenced
bad.
me, he told me that was my problem. I had an attitude problem, even though I had asked for permission to speak.
Yep.
I ain't never went off in there.
Hmm.
Ain't never been disrespectful. Never. Never always asked to speak. But him, nope, he don't want you to speak, baby.
Yeah, he's something else. He if you're not strong, he'll make you do some things. I'm just gonna say it like that, cause he don't understand. Like these people play with people's lives. You got these two people in a household together under the same roof, and you putting them under pressure.
Right,
Like what are
right.
you waiting on? What are you trying to get?
But they claim they can't do something till something happens. You know, oh, okay. That
Yeah,
part.
like gotta die, gotta get
Yeah,
Well,
killed,
like you
gotta
gotta
get,
kill
or you
something, you
gotta kill
know,
them, and
just
then
but
yeah.
then when you look at it this way, so once one of the spouses killed the other, there go another case. There go some more money. There go another attorney. It's never ending. It's just a money grab.
right.
Yeah. How long did you go through it?
Um,
When in your first one?
I went through it like that was back in 2016,
Mm-hmm.
and we had court a few times or whatever. And after I went into court and I told Boyd what was going on and being harassed and this, that, and the other, he looked at me kind of crazy, and I'm like, what do I need to do? He told me to do the order of protection. So my ex-husband is standing there also, right? This court,
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, they play games. So by the time I get to the floor to do the order of protection, he's there getting one also.
Did he have an attorney?
No, he did not. He had a Boyd. He didn't need an attorney. He had a
Oh,
penis.
Yeah, boy.
he had a penis. Yeah, so
Yeah.
he wow. And
Yeah,
did
I
he
mean,
approve
it was
his?
horrible.
Like, what was the status of that with him trying to get one and you?
The other judge that we went before, she looked at me and she was like, basically, get out of my courtroom. You're playing. Like it was a joke. So the way I got around it was because I mean, you talking pissed because I really wanted this man to leave me alone. He was
Mm-hmm.
making my life miserable. I end up being in the hall and a person was like, hey, blah blah Skippy. And I went to 555 and got me an order of protection.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
Yeah.
how that went. And then so it was just too much. It was too stressful, especially since he knew that he had Boyd on his side.
Right.
You know,
Now
it's
clearly he don't care about it's like he wants to, he's an emotional abuser judge.
he is. He is.
Yeah, he gets off on emotionally abusing people
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And you
Wow.
know,
and using his power to do it too.
yeah, and he's so rude. I don't care what gavel you got. You do not have to talk to people the way you talk to people. Like he is
Yeah.
extremely rude.
Rude. And that's what I was, yeah, that had taken me back because I'm like, damn, are they all like this?
But then you got
Like
to
it's
ask yourself another question. Yes, Boyd is in domestic right now, but where did he come from? Was he always in domestic, and who is his buddies?
Right. Because he got because he had 234 guns to give back to the buyback.
that's what I'm saying. Like, well, well, that would be that would definitely be an option, maybe going forward.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, they don't want
to
nobody to settle or come to no type of agreement. And then you look at it this way also, as long as you and your husband is at odds, it affect the kids. There goes some more money. Now they go therapy.
yep,
And if therapy don't work, that go to mental institution. So that stay and some medication money.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's a big
yeah.
Yeah.
money grab.
It's a domino effect, right? Where
Yeah.
everybody, like, yeah, to pay to play. Look, we got our therapist. Yeah, you go over here, and she gonna tell you you
Hmm.
crazy, and then yeah, try to take so.
Yeah, and that's why everybody always I gotta ask my attorney. I gotta listen to my attorney. Like, no, you hired this person. They have to listen to you. But they
To
make
listen
people
to
feel
you,
like
right?
they don't have no power. An attorney is gonna always strive to get more money because it's gonna be one more notch under their belt where they can say, "Hey, well,
Right.
this was going on, and I got this." So
Yeah,
you might want to, yeah, it's a big game, and it's not funny.
Right. Right.
yeah. Like my
Not at
thing
all.
is, I want to like I was saying like I want to get married. I do. I really want to get married. However,
Bless.
I it's gonna take like God to come down and be like, yeah, that's the one you're gonna marry because I'm not doing no courts.
Yeah, I wouldn't do court again either. I
Yeah,
would
I'm
just
not doing
broom.
no courts. Like,
Yeah.
man, it's I'm not
Yeah,
doing no courts. Like, and I don't mind even with if the person who I marry, I'll make sure my finances is my finances. Make sure her finances is her finances, and then we have finances together. And then, but and when it comes to the house, bitch, have it. I don't
mhm,
care. You understand what I'm saying? And that's saying
Hmm.
just said because at the end of the day, especially if you're taking care of my kids, all that stuff. Look, you got it. You understand what I'm saying? Like I just feel like
Right.
it's too much.
it is. And
Like
do you want to
nah,
you?
like look, okay, we got like
Yeah,
I would have no issue,
but
no issue. We
you
would,
want to hear
especially
something
if I'm
crazy?
staying there.
You
I
want to hear
say get a
something crazy?
prenup and a non-disclosure with whoever you marry. I don't care. And if it works out, great. We'll never use it. In the event that it don't, you
But
protect it.
you want to hear
Period.
something crazy? When we
Yeah.
did our paperwork, right? We agreed. So I filled out the paperwork and then we signed it. When he got to the courthouse, because he took it to go get filed, you know the little room where you go to get legal help? They didn't told him to change some of the documents and my name was already on it. So the amount in child support that we had agreed upon was nothing. It was we gonna work it out instead. Let the courts figure it out. We had a set amount.
Oh hell no. Yeah, see, yeah.
Yeah.
But when I'm married, when I about to decide to get married, or maybe not, because Jesus, I
Right.
understand I just got to be a hoe my whole life, but I just feel
So
like
no, you just gotta focus in on the red flags. Cause I tell people it's always them there. Usually we ignore them. You
Mm-hmm.
know, usually we ignore them, especially with women, because we think we can. We wanna grow with the people that we marry and not be
Yeah.
stagnant. But yeah, just make sure the red flags when you see them, you
is this
say,
your
hey.
first marriage?
For me,
Yeah.
yes.
How
Yes.
long were you married for, or how long you married
I
still?
stopped counting. We got married in '07.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
We
okay.
got married in '07. So, yeah.
And stuff
How,
started to get
how,
rocky 10 years
how
in.
many? I tell people that it ain't one day a woman wakes up and say, hey, I want a divorce.
Yeah,
So
we don't
even
want
after we've
that.
been going through this for
Mhm.
5 years, it was probably, let me see, we moved in this house maybe 2017. Probably about 2020, when I was like, if we keep going down this road, we ain't finna be together.
Okay, so you
We
already
ain't.
knew.
You already know, right?
Yeah,
Cause
you know.
yeah,
You know.
you know,
But
and
like
when
she
when
said
you file
earlier,
for
like,
divorce, yeah,
yeah,
go ahead.
by the time you actually admit it, you already got your mind made up before anybody else. You tell anybody that's what's going on. And
That
so
is
people
true.
think it's fake, but it is true. You do stay for the kids because 9 times out of 10, you're the one that's gonna walk away with them, and you got to look them in their eyes and be like, "Okay, this is what happened." And the kids
Well,
always looking at you like you could have worked it out. It's
Yeah,
something you could have done. So yeah, the kids
there
pay
you
a big
go.
part.
Hmm.
and you got three. You got three kids. How many did you have, Dana, at your divorce? Dana.
What did you say?
Hmm.
How many kids did you have from your divorce, or how many kids?
Oh, I have 3 kids. I was married for 22 years.
Ooh.
And we did that living
Ooh.
together thing too. And that's how I got harassed because we was in the same house. So he was going through my
I'm
phone
putting.
and everything.
Going through your
So
phone.
yep, we lived for 2 years going through the courts trying to get the divorce.
Wow. Hers is 5. Was yours during COVID?
No, mine
Nah,
was before COVID.
Before COVID? Okay. All right.
yeah.
So
And so, are you divorced now, Dana?
Yes, yes.
Okay. And so, what was your
I got
what was
divorced
your
in
outcome?
2022.
2022. Okay. And then what? What
You
was
know, I was so stressed out with it to like you, and that's the point you don't want to get to, where you walk
oh,
away kind of like
child.
with nothing. You just want to get out of it. So
Yep.
even with the whole child support thing, you know, this man, I dropped the child support to, and he makes well over $100,000. He was probably like in the at that time like the 129, and
Mm-hmm.
so
The
I
129.
yeah, for two, I just said 1,200. Then I dropped it to 1,000. We get in court. The judge, he tell the judge 1,000 too much. So the judge was like, "Well, how much do you want to pay?" He tells the judge nothing. And so I'm so ready to
Yep.
get it over with because I felt like, you know, I just felt like it
So
wasn't
hold up,
fair to be
Dana.
tied up in
Right.
something.
So when he told the judge nothing, what the judge say? Okay,
The
then.
the judge looked at that. Remember, it's a different judge now. It's a lady. The
Okay.
judge the judge looked at me and she said, "How much do you want? Do you want?" I was like, "Well, he can just give me." I think that's when I said $1,000. She was like $1,000 a week, and I was like, "No, I just take $1,000 a month." And he was still crying. I was like, "Well, just give me the 800 because I didn't want his anger to, you know, be placed upon my kids because I took the money. I didn't take no alimony. I just wanted it to be over. He made me miserable."
Mm-hmm.
And you know, after 22 years, is alimony for the rest of your life. I didn't take it.
Yeah. Alimony for the rest. That's in the state of Illinois.
Yep,
Girl,
I didn't
yeah,
even
you
take it.
should have been. You should have told the judge. I would say I want 5,000. If she
But she said
asking,
he
I'm
kept
giving out
harassing her
numbers,
though. I think
baby.
her peace. She cared more about her peace.
Yeah, but I understand, right? You when you be at that point, you be like, look, I just want this over
But
with.
it wasn't that. So this is another person that like money, and even now he'll
Yep.
bring it up to my kids, and I didn't want him to take it out on them. So like
Right.
you doing, I was still trying to make everybody comfortable, even in an uncomfortable situation.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense. When your birthday, Dr. Glass?
March 10th.
Okay, you a
I'm a
Pisces. Oh
Pisces.
shit.
I'm a
Oh
high,
yeah.
yeah. No, look, why
Yeah,
you
here I
say
gotta
that?
hear his
So,
side now.
huh?
No, I'm just like,
Look,
man.
Pisces are good people. Women are the men ain't about. You know, them a little questionable, but Pisces women,
Pisces
yeah,
women.
we get along with people until we don't. Now we would give you. Well, I know I will. My shirt off my back. I'm your ride or die until you show me you ain't, and I'll give you 1,000 times to make it right. And when I'm done, though, I'm done.
No,
You can pray to Jesus.
I got some Pisces. I got some Pisces women that I love. I fuck with Pisces.
Yeah, like Pisces women ride or die, baby. We there.
I'm not
They're
dating
right
now. I'm
there,
not
fuck
dating
with
one,
you.
but yeah, you got it. Yeah,
But
you
when
got it.
you mark them over, so it's over. Don't ever mark her over a Pisces woman. With any
Okay.
woman, anybody. But a Pisces woman, baby, she done. She
You
done.
know.
Baby, Jesus gonna have to come down here and sit on her lap and be like, baby, give him another chance.
No,
But do
that
your kids
that's fine for me
understand?
too. I
Do
run
your
into a
kids
lot of
understand?
Pisces.
Like
I
you
got a
guys
lot
are
of
going
Pisces
through a
friends.
divorce.
They do. So they're in therapy now. My daughter had a consultation the other day, and she was the therapist asked her, something about the divorce. She was like, I'm about over it now, cause you know that, cause they benefited as well. I'm the disciplinary for my kids,
Okay.
and he's the dude, get them stuff that I don't usually approve of because he's
Okay.
not being attentive and other things that they want to do.
You want to be the
Like
fun.
instead of spending time, yeah, you want to buy them hot chips and donuts and stuff that I don't, especially as a chiropractor, man, health noodles that I don't give them. So that's what you do. Just coming home at 10 o'clock at night, giving them hot wings, waking them up, saying y'all want some wings, you know giving them soda, Sprite, which I don't usually, support that with him.
Right.
So yeah, he's that. Occasionally I'll take him to the movies if it's a movie that he want to see. And then try to do it on the day I have them Tuesday when it's,
Oh,
matinee
okay.
or something. He ain't gonna take them on the weekend where they hire.
Okay.
So
Get that deal.
yeah,
He
and
is from
he don't want to pay for no shoes, no socks,
no socks, no shoe.
no
Okay.
school supplies. Don't really
He'll
don't
take him
take
to the
them
block
nowhere
party
else.
to get a book bag though.
Yeah, he gonna go. He gonna go get them from his homies or something to bring in some school supplies. They gonna be free. There ain't gonna be nothing he paid for. Okay, you can trust and believe that. So
But they don't want to do nothing. It's like when they divorce you, they
they
divorce the
don't.
kids.
They don't. He didn't even show up for his only son's eighth grade graduation,
Oh
and that
man.
was his day to be with him. Yep.
Damn.
So I know, right?
How is the are you like how is it like are you not dating because of this situation?
I'm focused. My focus more is trying to get this resolved.
Okay.
First most, just come to a resolution to where we can get back to living, try to live in a normal life. So that's
Mm,
been my main focus. Also with me, just self care. Um, it's just being there more for my kids, just being availability for them as well. Because when you're going through this time, it seems like you and Dana, you make a attest to this as well. You attract the same people that you going through the same thing that you going through,
right.
and then you keep having to retell your story over and over again. And I got to a point where like I'm tired of talking about it,
Mm,
So yeah. Yeah, I'm just kind of like, let me get this out the way, yeah, before I try to go into a relationship with baggage, or something
right.
like that. But my main focus right now is myself and then just being there for my kids
Okay. What
and the
about you, Dana?
business. And the business.
Oh man, I'm scared of these men out here.
Baby, they
They
is
different.
something else.
So
Who they
like I
different?
don't want to
Mm.
play and been in a marriage for 22 years. Like you got to be some type of marriage minded, and so I don't even want to play. So you and then after going through what I went through, you really got to have some potential for me to even give you my number and agree to talk to you. Because I mean, although that one didn't work, I called him my starter husband, like the starter house. So I'm looking forward
Okay.
to the next one. So I'm really, when I do start dating, it's gonna be dating to marry. It won't be just out here just having fun. It'll be to actually pick a partner. I'm not getting no younger.
I get no younger.
Right, that part. And even with this process, you become authentic with yourself. So you know what you like and what you don't like. And you're easily to notice the BS before it gets to you. And
No,
like James said, it's a
right,
lot of
right.
BS. It's a lot of BS out
Oh
there. So
yeah,
you
it
be like,
is.
you know what, I'm good.
Yeah, it's
Because you try
different.
to gain peace, yeah, during this
Hmm.
time. So
Right.
And
in
then
order
and
for
then I
somebody to,
right, and then
yeah,
you gotta
go ahead.
still be respectful to your kids. You know,
Right,
so you can't just
right.
be bringing any old Joe home, and like it's just
Mhm.
it's different. I mean, for real women who love their children, it's
Right.
a process. It's different.
Right. Because you want them to realize what a marriage should be, how somebody should be treating them, especially, a man, a
Hmm.
father.
Right. Because the men are the
Yep.
new bad bitches.
The sassy bitches.
The sassy bitches. It's
They some
real bad out
sassy
here.
bitches,
It's real
baby.
bad. I feel sorry for you, you queens. I really do.
So you always say that.
Well, yeah, I feel sorry for them that they, letting go of good women. That's the
Nah, for
part.
real.
Not for us, because we're going to be all right. We're going to be all right. Trust you
Yeah.
me. We will be all right.
It's some new women in town.
Yeah.
It's some illegals
It's
and
some
some
new.
trans.
Yes. I mean, them sassy. I used to call them BANs. One of my friends gave me that term. Yeah. I was
BAN.
watching,
There's
what's
a lot
that
of
girl name?
BANs.
Yeah, when I get my hair retwisted. My oh shoot, my loctician was putting on this Kendra, the girl from Chicago, and she was like, she called them sassy bitches because they wanna, argue, go
Mm-hmm.
back and forth with a woman. Like they
Yeah,
criticize women. Like what's the
all day,
why?
Yeah,
all
they
day.
They
different.
do all they why y'all gotta talk about women like that? Like
They different.
yeah, they different.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
and what's
They
different.
different.
crazy, what that
But we ain't gonna talk about him. We're gonna talk about Judge Boyd. He probably different. No,
no,
Judge
he's
Boyd
different
is
too. See,
he
I wonder who hurt him. Cause he got mommy issues.
yeah, he may, yeah.
Yeah,
Especially when like when you see and I always tell our black man, you gotta, learn to help stick up for black women, especially that's trying to do stuff right. And when
Mm-hmm.
you got someone over here that ain't doing what they supposed to do, but you chastise the one that's doing it, then that's questionable.
Mm-hmm.
That's questionable.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we didn't have to be married. We could have been out here thotting it up and hopping clubs and dating other people's husbands, but we chose to do it the right way. So you shouldn't be punished for trying, and then it don't work out. I say let the people out of the stuff. Like, to me, these judges, they have too much power, and they act as though
They
you
do.
not the one who put them in that place. So again, we have to take them out. We put you in this seat, we're gonna take
Right.
you out.
Yeah, especially when
Right.
you
Right.
when we paying your salary. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we paying you about a good
Yep.
140,
We
$150,000 plus. Like someone explained to me today. Yeah, you may have the 6-figure check that you're getting from the government, but you also that seat is worth millions.
Mm-hmm. The all the side money.
Yeah, that seat is worth millions. So yeah, on paper, we're paying you $150,000, but y'all low key millionaires.
Yep.
yeah. We
And
just
they
gotta
and,
get
and,
back
and
to
they
the
keep
yeah.
taking money because all they're doing is, and I mean, I remember back in the day when I was doing when I was, like I said, I tell people all the time, like, I used to be a savage. So I remember when I'm having to get a paid attorney, and I remember I'm getting a paid attorney, and the attorney charging 10, 15, $20,000, but you paying that because they're giving a cut to the judge.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I'm getting to when they come. So yeah, when I know that I'm facing a certain, like at the time it was a violation of was a violation of parole, a violation of probation at the time, violation of probation, and I was living in D.C. going to Georgetown University, and my probation officer hated that I was in this college in DC. You know what I'm saying? So she wanted to violate me any chance she did, and she did. And when she did, I remember having to get this lawyer she used to be a judge, and then she decided to be a lawyer, like how our Cook County state's attorney. She used to be a judge. Now she's our Cook County state attorney. So when we hired her, my mother hired her. She was like $15,000 at the time, and that was in 2005. So $15,000. And she was able to get me out that same day. Get me. They threw away the violation of probation charge. All of that, and I went back home. But imagine how much she gave to that judge.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Every time I would get an attorney for stuff like that, I automatically knew I was going to get out because I knew she. I was like, man, the judge about to give the lawyer something. I mean, about to give the judge something. I wouldn't even have to go into court. So I know that it's still going on now. And now that you see that they're doing it in domestic relations, they're doing
Mm-hmm.
it in criminal court. They're doing it in buildings department and housing, stealing our, knocking down our houses or taking our properties and stuff because they're giving the judges money on top and all this stuff. Federal court, they're playing clerks. Clerks too are also stalling stuff, putting stuff underneath, burying stuff, signing stuff, all that stuff because they get a little bit of money. So we're dealing with a money game with our livelihoods.
Right.
And if you speak out against it, you're gonna get a contempt of court.
Mm-hmm.
If you speak out against it, it's automatically gonna rule in the other person's favor.
Yeah, that's crazy too.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like
So
like
what do we do?
nobody is reading the paperwork. Nobody is looking at
Nobody,
the facts.
right? That part.
Nobody's reading the paperwork.
Ain't nobody reading the paperwork.
You're absolutely right. Miss Jackie in DuPage County, she puts in 1,000 motions a day. They don't look at none of her motions. They're violating every constitution, all her due process. They violate everybody's due process. Everybody's 14th Amendment. They don't even know what due process is. They violate everybody's due process, but they don't read paperwork. They don't care because they already took the money. So regardless of how unlawful and how illegal this person is, you're still, it doesn't matter. I got paid. I know what you're saying. I know that your baby daddy's a piece of shit. Or I know that but I already got paid.
Right.
Mhm.
You know what I would be interested in finding out? Like how many people that have had this board and actually had the outcome from their case. You know?
What'd you say?
If
Say it
any.
again.
I said I would be interested in knowing like how many people had Judge Boyd that actually had a good outcome from their case. You know?
Yeah.
Because Dana, did y'all have a home, marital
Yeah,
property?
we had. Yeah, see, that was the thing. So we sat down and agreed to this. I filled out the paperwork. He went down to file it.
Uh-huh.
Like I said, when he went down to file it, he ended up. They stopped him like they do. What you down here for? This, that, and the other. When he went in that little room, somebody, because you talk to the attorney. See, all of it's together. That's why it's put in place. We're gonna appoint this attorney for you. We're gonna appoint this guardian for you. And you thinking you getting help because you paying these people, but actually these people all together. And so they had him change the paperwork, which was another issue. And I'm like, when he brought the paperwork back stamped, I'm like, hey, what is this? So how do you tell him, you've been an attorney, how do you tell him to change the document that I've already signed? So it was bull crap from the beginning.
Right. How you gonna change something and I didn't sign it? So they allowed that, huh? They was like, okay, well, so what he
That's
did, he
what.
signed your name. He like, how did
No,
he?
that some documents, like, you're not gonna sign every piece of paper. It's just gonna be at the end for your signature. So
Yeah.
if you got page
Right.
1 through 5, you can
Got
change
you.
2, 3, 4. Yeah, so it was like that.
I got you.
And
Yeah.
so, like, with the home that we had, so we were still there because remember, it was too stressful for me. I just had to leave it alone. And then I went back and filed later, which was in 2022 or something like that. And I actually had to
Mm-hmm.
trick him into signing the paperwork.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I did that. And as far as like
Okay.
our home go, he didn't want me to have the home. And I tried to explain to him, like, this is the home, the only home that our kids know. I'm like, let's just rent it out. But he was so miserable and upset with me he didn't want to keep it.
But did he actually want it? Because mine said he don't even want it. He just don't want the man to come over here and reap the benefits.
No, he didn't want it. And
Wait, what? So he don't even want it. He just don't want what?
No. Yeah, he don't want no other man to come over here and reap the benefits.
That he still want to be with you.
Zoe, stop. Listen.
Yeah,
If he wanted to
let me,
be with me,
I want to be the
if he,
counselor. Bring me
if
to a
he wanted
session
to
at
be
the
with
house.
me, he has had enough time to make this right.
I mean, Dr.
And
Glass,
Steve Harvey said it takes a man to make things right.
I
But
mean,
will
Dr.
I be
Glass,
like,
you decent looking, so I understand. You had three. I mean, I
again,
gotta hear his
so you
side.
be,
I
I
gotta
mean,
hear
I
his
keep
side.
calling you, so
I
you, I'll
gotta
be
hear
like,
his
look,
side.
baby.
I gotta hear my Bohemian brother's side.
Okay, good. Well, you bring him on. I would love to hear his side of the story. I'm gonna
Yeah.
give you his contact information. Just say, hey, yeah, bring him
But
on.
for some reason in their mind, it's not over because you still in the same house together and you don't have the divorce papers. Because even once he moved out, we didn't have papers. So, and I was trying to be cordial, and this man was still calling me his wife, and I was like, I'm not your wife.
No. To
22
what I've heard, he
years.
tell people, Zoe, this is what he's saying. I'm just trying to get every quarter that's due to me. It's not
Oh,
like I want her back. Cause I hear people's stories, they be like, wait, man, let me tell you, he went to our pastor. And the pastor called me. He was like, Wade came and he said, I thought somebody had died. Because he was in here crying and all that stuff. But not once have I seen him shared one tear.
oh,
Not once has he shared that I've seen him share one tear. But everybody else he going to crying too. Now tell me how, make that make sense. Because Pastor
I
was
think
like,
he just
look,
want
I
to
ain't the
take
one
something
you
from
need to
you.
be crying to. It's her.
Yeah, but
You
he
know?
just he. I don't think he wants you to
It'd
see
be an
him in
act.
that capacity. But at the
But see,
same
that's when
time,
you vulnerable. Because right now, I'm an open book, which I know everybody ain't got to be like me. But if I really wanted something, especially a man, my family, baby, ain't nobody going to stop me.
but they
But
don't think like
Jesus.
that. They
Right.
Well, that's
different.
the problem.
Yeah, it is a
I don't
problem.
know.
That's why I'm sitting here divorced right now.
That's his
They just don't
problem.
think like that.
That's his problem.
And
And
the
another.
crazy part about it is once they think that you'll never have them again and they don't have a chance, that's when it gets bad. That's when they
That's where it
start to
gets bad.
harass you. Yes, that's when they start to make you miserable because they didn't gave up. Like, okay, this will never happen. So I'm gonna make you feel like I feel right now. I'm gonna make you want to kill yourself.
Mm-mm. Child.
Um,
I been, but I don't break.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Yeah, baby. I mean, he good. We got kids. That's all I can say.
Yeah,
sorry.
they know
Yeah.
that.
That's
Yeah, they
all I
know
But
can
that.
have,
say.
I have a
Cause,
question. When
'cause
you guys were, I mean, like together, like on like your best times together, was he that supportive, nurturing husband, like type of guy, or has he always been, you know,
You
you
talking to
know
like
me?
when
this?
you talking about you
Yeah,
asking
like
that
has he
question to me?
always been like a family oriented, a great like a husband, like a lead, like he led all the time. He was the you know the he didn't like he made sure everything was paid for and stuff like that. Cause like as a
Hell
bilingual
no.
man,
Hell no.
oh, okay,
Hell no.
Yes. So with me, I didn't. Yeah, he paid for everything. He did. He did
Yeah.
do that.
No. Oh, that was good, Dana. But hell no. Oh, can we cuss on here?
yeah,
No.
yeah, yeah, of
No.
course.
No. 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 I
No,
mean,
so
like
that's
when we first met,
did he at least
I
know how to
wasn't
make conch?
You funny.
so I'm gonna have you over one day, okay?
He probably made saltfish.
He makes a good seafood salad that
Okay,
everybody likes. You know, when his mom did come into town, she would bring those things. So she would generally make the conch and all that stuff. But no.
no,
Like yeah, like initially cause I wasn't like The business was established in 2018. We got married in 2007. So
Okay.
it's like he has a hustle mentality.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Okay, I
Like,
like that. That's good. That's strong. I like the hustle
no, not, I
mentality.
don't know. I don't know about that. But anyway,
I got hustle mentality.
it was saved on a couple of things, but I just don't know. Like over time, he just found a way to not do, and he knew that I was that strong woman that had to do whether he did it or not. So that
Mm.
became comfortable for him. I'll say this when I noticed a change because he used to work at Botchy's security,
Okay, my cheese.
and it was one night. He was known to come home late. One night he didn't come home,
Uh-oh.
and I'm like, I'm up there stalking our botches, see his truck going on. Got our newborn daughter back in the back seat, like, just waiting on him to pop up with some female and stuff. That never happens. So
Okay.
I'm calling around, family. Like I say, he a hustler. So he used to sell, them DVDs, them $5 DVDs,
Oh, hustle man.
yeah, bootleg stuff.
Okay.
So he never showed. I'm calling his friend. They like,
Somebody said,
no,
wait,
we
who you
ain't.
talking about? Security, the Bohemian security dude at Bocce's, Fuqua.
Yeah. So I go and I eventually go to the police department. I'm like, look, is he here? Yeah, he's here. So when he went
Oh.
in front of the judge that day, let me reverse back, cause we bought a home in University Park. My first home was a mobile home in Linwood. And during that time is when we got married. Then we eventually moved to University Park where we bought a home, right? Uh
Well, you got
so
money. I'm gonna marry you. I'm coming next.
so no, I ain't
I'm
look.
coming to the court case next
If
week.
you
I'll
sit
be
my
there.
ass down, we can have the best relationship ever, baby. Just don't, if you want to work, you can. If you
Right.
don't,
Cause I'm about to come.
then you
I'm
ain't
gonna
gotta
come to
work.
court. When the court case, I'm coming to court next week. We'll talk about it later. I'm coming next.
August 20th. So
Yeah.
yeah, so when I go and he goes in front of the whatever. Oh, go back. We bought a home. And so he one day he comes home and he got all this stuff. Like he got TVs that goes in the back. When the TVs, when you put the TVs up in the bathroom and stuff, he got all this stuff. I'm like, where did you get this from? And he's like, I
The
found a
freight
credit
train.
card at Bocce's. And I'm like, nigga, you do know they got you on camera. Take this stuff back. He was like, oh, ain't nothing gonna happen to me. So fast
Wait,
forward,
he stole somebody's. Wait. He stole
he
somebody's
said he
credit card.
found, huh? What you say?
He had somebody's credit card.
He said he found somebody's
He
credit
found
card,
somebody's credit card and just went
but
swiping
and went to swiping,
and brought it to the house.
right, and brought it to the house. And I'm like, excuse me, sir, where all this come from? I found a credit
Hmm.
card. You found it because you found a credit card. Don't mean you used it. So fast forward, right when he didn't show. And the judge, when we wasn't, I don't know, I guess when he went in front of him, they was like, because I'm thinking they may have got him for the bootleg CDs, but they was like credit card fraud. And I'm like, you got to be effing kidding me. Because none of us there, his family, his friends knew, like they had arrested him for credit card fraud. And after then, it's like he just went non-existent. Stayed home, didn't do nothing,
He
grew
lost
a
his job at
beard,
Bocce's.
got fat. What'd you say?
Did he lose his job at Bocce's?
No, him, no, them he family over there, baby. They ain't no.
Okay. I like how they still care about ex felons. Okay, Bocce's.
No, no, they ain't no.
Okay.
He lose shit over there. No.
Okay, Bocce's.
So
Shout out to Bocce's.
you don't lose But that's kind of like when I noticed the change. And then, with us buying this new house, I had used a lot of my credit to purchase stuff. And then one day,
Damn.
um, his
You
he
using
had a
your
bank
credit and he
statement.
using somebody
Listen,
else's
Lord,
credit.
he had a bank statement came in for like $10,000. Because again, he didn't disclose his finances. And I'm like, why you don't have bank statements come to the house? Oh, everything is online and stuff. So he would have these multiple accounts that he would keep one low. So when I question about his finances, he would call that account to where it'd be like, yeah, he only got $200 in the bank. And I'm like, nigga, how is this? You going on all these estimates? Ain't none panning through. How we gonna change this? Cause this ain't working.
But he me in the scammer.
That part. Yeah. So yeah, he one day a bank statement came in his name for $10,000. And I questioned him about it. He said it was a friend of his that owned some real estate that was trying to, from the IRS, withhold money from the IRS, asked him to put it there. So I'm like, why didn't you have that conversation with me? You don't think that's something you should tell your wife? So I started, baby, paying bills with the account. Baby, the bank took that money out of my account, Zoe. And so from there, that's when like stuff just started to be like
Oh
to shit
yeah, it
change.
ain't no saving him. Okay.
Yeah, it like changed,
Yeah,
cause
yeah.
I'm like nigga,
Well,
for
he started
real?
stealing. See,
You start
that was my
stealing,
thing. He was
yeah,
stealing, but like how long? Like at a certain age, you gotta stop stealing.
you do. So, and that's when I kind of noticed. I was like, I was like, Lord, who did I marry? Who did I marry?
But he me
And
in the scammer.
and from there, yeah, the stuff just, yeah, it just
Oh, so
started presenting
I'm
itself.
surprised he ain't getting out his illegal immigration money. I'm pretty sure he did.
That's the stuff I help too with as well, stuff like that, all this stuff. But like I said, it be what you say.
I
But
said, I'm pretty sure. Huh?
I'm gonna go, I'm gonna go dig up my aunt that was like, he love your dirty drawers. I'm gonna go dig her up. And
Yeah, I mean, he definitely a damn man. I gotta.
yeah, so I want you to
I don't
still
even.
interview him though.
Damn. Okay. So
I want you to hear his side of the story because he gonna tell you I'm a hoe.
I was gonna tell you. Oh yeah, I like hoes though. I don't got no problem. I like hoes. Yeah, I don't care about hoes like that. That
Yeah,
ain't none. Okay, nigga, you went and found a credit card at Bocce's and went
yeah,
and charged it up and then brought it to the house.
yes,
Somebody
yes,
said he never knew he was married.
that part.
Okay, then. So at the end of the day,
Right. So, so yeah, so that's when I was like, man, who did I marry? So
yeah,
that's
who
my
did you marry?
story. So you too.
What's her name?
So I'm gonna catch
Tina
you.
Peter. Who was that lady who did that? That who did I marry? TikTok.
Oh yeah, that her. Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's what
Yep.
you said.
Yep.
You need to do
Yep.
one too.
Yeah. TikTok owe me some money too. Yeah, like yeah, this book I'm gonna write, it's gonna be the bestseller.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it definitely
You
is.
too, Dana.
So,
You gonna write a book. Yep.
Yeah, we
August
need
20th, I'm
to.
definitely there because I need to see my man.
Yep. I
I
want
see
you
him
to
in
see
person.
him.
I
I
gotta
want
see
you
him
to
in person.
interview him. Yep.
Yeah,
So,
you know what? Too,
huh?
everybody that's on this stream need that Zoom information, so that day you gotta go to court, everybody just pop up on Zoom and hear for themselves. Then there's more witnesses that he is an ass.
Yeah, you know what? You are right, Dana, because I couldn't make it to um Miss Jackie, some of Miss Jackie's stuff because in DuPage and I don't drive. But one of the Zooms, she gave me the Zoom information and I watched just how they were treating her. You know what I'm saying? Just how they're just disrespecting her. Like she came in there dressed as Handmaid's Tale because she just felt like that's what she was living in. But it's sad. But yeah, that Zoom, yeah, people got to get the Zoom link and watch for themselves. That's how I feel about the committee meetings and the city council meetings. But the committee meetings, if you guys cannot make it down to City Hall or Cook County to look at these committee meetings, y'all need to get the Zoom link and watch live, because they have to see and understand. You guys have to see and understand that these are the people who are making decisions for
Right.
for our livelihoods, and do not go by the law, do not go by policies, do not go by ordinance, do not go by they go by whatever they want to do and how much money you got to give to them. These are the hoes. These are the hoes of the judicial center, the judicial branch, and the hoes of the legislative branch. That's what we're dealing with in the city of Chicago and Cook County.
And let me say this though, because sometimes, like a couple times, I wasn't even allowed on the Zoom, and I'm
Oh,
waiting and waiting, and then I called my attorney. I'm like, "What happened?" Like I was waiting to be let in, was never left in.
they
He was
left
like,
you in
"It's
the breakout
over."
room?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dana,
Yes.
did that happen to you too?
Did it happen to you?
I know it happened to Dana. I think Dana was saying too that they don't let
Dana did it. Oh, she gone.
Dana.
But yeah, a couple times
Yeah,
I was like, "What?" Like I was never let in, and
yeah, they
I'm
do that on
waiting and
purpose. So
waiting and
what does
waiting.
your attorney say?
He was like, "Oh, it's over." And I don't even remember what had happened. I think sometimes he may have not been there or something, but it was a couple times when I wasn't even allowed in on the Zoom.
I
That was my frustrating part. And even when we did have a hearing, they would go back in the back. I'm like, "What we here for? If
And
y'all gonna go back
I know
there and talk
somebody else
about
who's
stuff."
dealing with
see. I
a
know
domestic
somebody who they
relations
did
case.
that to also. So I'm trying to figure out what's up with that. Like,
Yeah, but
why is the
Right,
Dana,
attorneys
isn't there
going in the
someone
back
else?
without the
Isn't there
client?
someone else that doesn't
right.
go that we know
Like
that doesn't go?
that's weird to me.
Okay.
And I would tell my attorney, even this last time, when they locked me up, I said, his attorney's gonna try to take y'all in the back. And sure enough, when they went in there, he's like, "Can we go back in the back and talk about it?" I'm like, "Here we go, here we go,
So
here we
that's
go."
that let's make a deal.
Now
Yep.
I know someone else is dealing with the domestic relations as well. Now I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think. I think that they got they switched to judge, but dealing with dealing with the courts as far as
You ready?
custody. You understand, and doing
Huh?
all the things that they need to do, but
What's wrong with that?
they want supervised custody, supervised visits, because over there happening in the other spouses, the other parents' house, they're not watching the child the way the child needs to be watched. And when this person tries and gets a full wants full custody, and then we'll do supervised visits, they're giving her a hard time. Like I'm just not understanding, like, the whole thing. I don't want to put it all out there, but it's just bad. I'm just watching the domestic relations when it comes to kids and these divorces and how they use them people against each other. And it's really the battle of the attorneys too, because the attorneys are either battling against each other or working together, and don't matter as long as they all gonna get paid. Yeah, I'm starting to see that as well. So yeah, okay. So Dana,
Yeah, that's the thing.
can you
Like
talk? Can you talk
everybody
about
working
Monet?
together. Everybody's working together. It's so crazy that
Can
if
you
you
talk
got an
about
attorney,
Monet, Dana?
what happened?
Can you talk about Monet?
Um. So what do you want to know?
Just did Monet have Judge Boyd as well?
Yeah.
And was it as bad as Your experience?
Yeah, he's the same boy. So it wasn't like he was just having a bad day. That's just how he is. Like I said, something is wrong with him. He must not like women. Like he try to twist your words, and then there's something wrong with the system altogether. Because I don't understand how you file a motion to substitute a judge and yet end back up with that same judge. So now they pissed off. So now they gonna make it even harder for you.
Yeah, make it even harder. Okay. So, did you have an attorney, Dana, when you dealt with this, or you did it?
No, I didn't. I didn't have an attorney. Cause remember, we agreed to everything. We was easy. You see, that's what I'm saying. Like it's a money grab. Even if you going that easy, they gonna make it complicated. It's just how they make their money. So they don't care if you eat. They don't care if the kids eat, as long as they eat. And it's a game to them. Like you hire an attorney, but the attorney belong to the bar.
No, you're right.
They not for you.
No, you're right.
Their allegiance is to each other. So when they go in there with those fake fights and they go in those rooms behind closed doors, they laughing and talking. And it's like, okay, well, I owe you one. Okay, well, yeah. Okay, well, we'll do this. Or what you think about this? What you think about that? And I know that from experience because it was a time where I had a car accident and then I turned around and had to go to court for a traffic thing. And when I got up there with the state's attorney, because the state's attorney was the last person from when I did have an attorney and they were friends and knew each other. When I got up there, the man told them that I've never had an accident or had nothing on my driving record in my life. Because he was friends with that attorney.
Dang, that is so. It's like a small but scary. It's because it's crazy because Chicago is the third in Cook County, but Cook County of Chicago is the third largest city in America. And the fact that it's a total of 5 different people that I've met has an issue with this one judge that don't know each other. So imagine how many cases do you think he takes a year?
You know, one thing we can do is get that calendar.
Yeah, because that's what that was like. I want to see how many cases and then how many,
All right, let me write this down.
Status,
okay, so how many cases?
He takes a lot.
So we gotta get his calendar. He's been on the bench since 1998. And then
you said he what? He been a bitch since 1998.
Yeah, he's been on the bench since 1998.
Oh, I thought you said he been a bitch since 1998.
Oh yeah, he definitely been a bitch too since 1998. But he's been on the bench as well. Yeah, he has bitch syndrome. So yeah, that's for sure. So also Monet was saying that they left her out before 2. He also told her before he doesn't have time for this, and he tried to SOJ her baby father, whatever, and they sent her back. So he's very, very rude. So so if this is the 6th person. So if this is the 6th person that has an issue with this man, and this is the youngest person that I know that has an issue with this man. This man, it's him. He's the problem. He's the problem, and we need to start following. We need to start report. That's one thing that our community does not do enough. See, I will report anybody in a minute. I don't care if it's 48 times. But we need to report him. We need to send a letter to Timothy Evans, even though he's a puppet. But just for your records, you send one to the Attorney General, even though he is a Haitian scammer like your husband is, Bahamian scammer, but we still got to do it because he's our attorney general. Then you have to send one to the Cook County office, the OIG, the inspector general. We also got to send one to that person, and everybody has to do it. Everybody's a different one, and we need to send that, and then send one to I think it's ARDC also, and it's the judicial. They got a judicial thing that you have to complain to. So I'll get that as well. But we have to start complaining on these people, because if we do not start complaining on these people, they will continue to do this. We want them to start stepping down, like not even think about another term, or not. I think about getting back on that bench. We want these people to resign. We want them to get up out of office because they're not good.
Mm-hmm. And you know, another issue with these people, especially the judges, that 9 out of 10 of them, if not all of them, I don't know for sure, they're Greek. So they all know each other. They all in this fraternity stuff together. They like a whole nother society.
Yeah. Like she had, and there was another example with Monet as well. She was trying to see about getting some dates together that they can have, that the baby can spend the night over the child's father's house, and she's showing all the evidence of how he's making it complicated, making it hard, and he still gave him 50-50. You know what I'm saying? We have proof that's saying that it's not, you know what I'm saying? Even though he's saying that he cannot take the baby at these certain days or not, he still gave him 50-50 custody. So it doesn't matter. Oh, yeah, Judicial Inquiry Board. So, yeah, so it doesn't matter. It's like anytime that you show that, this person, even another person I was speaking with, Miss Sarah, the same, when she was explaining everything that she would have the evidence to show, that this person should not have 50-50, should not see my child, or we have supervised visit, he can't even do that. The judge still granted, him custody, full custody or half custody. And it's like, how when he doesn't even show up for the 50% anyway? And I'm saying, like, how do I still have to deal with this? So it's like, it doesn't matter. It's like, they want, like I said, it's emotional abuse. They know that these parents on both sides. I know some guys as well who have issues with trying to get custody as well, and they showing all the evidence. Their child's mother, they have no evidence or anything like that, and it's just like, we don't care. It's like whoever gave us the dollar yet. So it's emotional abuse. Like, it's literally emotional abuse, and they want you to snap. They want you to crack up, and they know that because, like you said, Dana, it's more money. It's more money if you go in there and you go in there and start shooting up everybody. It's more money if you go in there and start shooting up, just not caring, start fighting. All that stuff. They don't care because now it's more. And right now that's happening a lot. There's a lot of temporary restraining orders that people took out to explain how the danger or threat they were to them, and the judges still either denied them or canceled them. And then what did you do? What happened? We have 3 or 4 domestic relations shootings because of that, and these judges are still on the bench. It's crazy to me. Domestic relations, they need to be. Cook County needs to be on court TV, because ain't no way in the world that they're this unlawful. Kids are dying, like that. The lady that was on the north side, Jaden, who got killed, who got stabbed trying to protect his mom. She pleaded pleaded to get the order of protection and to not let this man out because what he's gonna do. And what happened? He got an Uber and went directly to her house and waited for her to leave and they just sentenced him to life, and he was in there acting a fool, and then they got mad at Jaden's father for about to go off on him, that they had to let him out. Like, this man just killed my son, and he talking crazy. He talking crazy on this TV in here. Y'all ain't saying nothing. Like, this shit is just messed up. The whole thing in general is just messed up, and it plays on our emotions. It plays on our trauma because we do not take mental health as seriously as we should, because these are lawsuits. If y'all start, that's why I tell people all the time.
We are.
Huh?
I say we are, and
Okay.
domestic violence is more, yeah,
Yeah, because I was just saying these are lawsuits.
concerning
Like,
than domestic relationships. Is Sarah on here?
um,
So
no, I don't see her.
yeah,
I
okay.
think
I'm
she's
gonna
I
find
think
one
she's
of
in the
them.
comments though.
Yeah, but that part, like, cause I didn't know it was separated from like domestic relationship and domestic violence. I was filing a motion, and the guy was like, you be good to be over here than over in the domestic violence because they're even worse. Like you said,
Yeah,
like,
555 West Harrison.
yeah, like they taking kids from the people trying to do right and giving it to the abusers, charging these people, jailing people, but it's bad.
Yeah, it's
Overall, it's
bad.
bad. Yeah.
That's why, like, I feel like that's my mother has always been like a proponent on private, like getting private counseling, private that's why I say, like, I feel like if you have, even with yourself, Dr. Glass, I feel like if you go and get you some private therapy, and they and you can speak to a psychiatrist and stuff like that, and really talk about like how this has affected you and all those things. And the judges, by law, they have to take those independent letters or anything like that. I mean, it's coming from an outside therapist, somebody that you pay. You pay. This is the person that does this. Is what they go for, and they're supposed to take those in consideration, even if your lawyer. I mean, even if your therapist comes in there with you, and they have to side with, because that's what she's doing. Like, telling that this is taking a toll. Why is this taking 5 years? You understand what I'm saying? I feel like we don't use our private therapists and psychiatrists and psychologists like we need to, because it's weighing on your mental health. Like the fact that you gotta see this man every day.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. You're right. Right.
Yeah, like, this is trauma. This is traumatic.
Hmm.
And I gotta keep my peace, because I'm trying to keep my peace for myself. I'm trying to keep my peace for my business, and I'm trying to keep my peace. Well, I'm trying to keep my peace for my kids first, but then I have a business, and then I'm trying to keep my peace for myself while I have to see this
Right.
abuser.
Right.
He may not be physically beating my ass, but emotionally he's kicking my ass every time I walk up in this motherfucker.
Well,
So
that's what they look for too. Now they can refer another person. So you
yeah,
are right. You have to go outside the club, cause club county, they all know each other. They part of
yeah.
each other. So you have to get an outside person, or because as long as this stuff stay within the house, it's gonna stay that way. And I bet you after tonight, you gonna receive way more emails, calls, or whatever. Cause sometimes people think they're alone and ain't no hope, and they got to deal with it.
No, and honestly, just like how we are pro se when it comes to what you're doing, filing emotion and stuff. If you're not getting the things that you need, Dr. Glass, it's time to file a lawsuit on their ass. You understand?
Right.
Like,
Right.
Even though I know that they get immune, it's immunity, but it's like, come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
The constitutional, they're
Right.
violating all constitutional rights.
Mm-hmm.
They took an
Right.
oath. He's not abiding by this oath at all. Timothy Evans, what's the point of having him here? Because he does not reprimand anybody. Understand what I'm saying? So they're throwing out contempt of court for it doesn't make any sense why they're doing it. So because I can't get any help, I went and I took it to the Judiciary Board. I reported to ARDC. I have an independent psychologist report explaining all of the trauma that I'm going through, and this is my last resort, is suing him over here in federal court. I'm suing Kwame Raoul too because I can't find him. This is the only thing I got left to do. And I feel like if more people start doing that, the DOJ has no choice but to start
look
looking
into
at
it.
all of these cases that these people are suing these judges. Like, I understand it, and then you start with, I understand immunity. But, however, you do not get immunity as any type of judge, any type of politician, when you are violating the U.S., you're violating my due process.
Mm-hmm. Right, and they try to make it, with this
It's coming.
Illinois Constitution, like the United States Constitution don't trump it. So that's what's really messing everybody up and keeping these judges being the way that they are with these attitudes, keeping them safe, is this Illinois Constitution, because everybody in Illinois is crooked.
Right. Yeah, the Illinois Constitution. It's just like I tell people all the time with the condo associations, right? They have their condo association laws, bylaws. I say them bylaws do not trump the U.S. Constitution. You are not taking my condo. I don't care if 55 of y'all try to feel like y'all gonna vote me out of my shit. And I will take this whole condo association to court. Y'all are private. Y'all gonna leave me the fuck alone. So I think that's the issue. You got to start suing these people back. Like, well, you're not going to violate my civil rights. You're not going to violate you're not going to violate the laws. The very same laws that they say that Trump is violating, they're violating all of our laws. Trump ain't violating a law. Trump ain't violate my First Amendment, my 14th Amendment yet. But I can give you all the politicians and all of the government employees that have violated my constitutional right here in the city of Chicago and Cook County. I can give it to you right now that I currently have a federal court case over in federal court for them violating my 14th Amendment and my First Amendment. The 14th Amendment is very, very, very important. And I think if more people start suing just off the 14th Amendment, because you're not giving nobody due process. No, we're not getting no due process. Ain't nobody getting no due process.
Yeah, you done already made a decision.
Yeah, you already made a decision. You don't know nothing about me. Like, at the end of the day, for this man, for y'all to be in here for 5 years, and on his background, because you got to contempt the court, now they let him use backgrounds. My man got a whole identity theft. And we still going back and forth about his finances. Like y'all quick to start, y'all quick to throw stuff at people, quick to take their past and hold it against them. But when it comes to this man right here, we gonna chill and just drag it out for because you smart, Dr. Glass. Because you ain't got nothing. Because you're not going. Because you have common sense, and because your lawyer didn't get to pay him faster enough than whoever represented him. So that's how I feel about the situation. I know I'm talking a lot, but yeah. So where do we go from here? Guys, anybody there?
Where do we go from here?
Yeah.
I say we get generic petitions so it'll make it easier for the people to sue these people who they need to sue and get this paperwork out to whoever they need to get it out to.
Yeah.
That's it. Okay, Dr. Glass, what do
Yeah,
you
just
think?
holding them more accountable, sharing our stories so more people can relate to it and they feel comfortable in doing the same thing. But just again, holding them accountable and then suing them for when they not doing the stuff that they supposed to do. When they require us to do the same, we're gonna ask that they do the same in return. So when they don't, hey, we going forward.
Right. And not to
Ain't going
mention
back.
making sure we remember these people names so we can tell our friends, our families, and a lot of us on social media so we can put it out there so when it comes time to vote, these people don't get back in office.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
You setting the stage for them to reaching out to say, hey, come talk to us. We got questions for you. Because there's been a lot of concern about the position that you hold and how you're, conducting yourselves. And then again, just holding them accountable for doing it. Because just doing this process, you never know what other people is going to until you start talking about it. And most people either they want to be private with what's going on in their life, but I've always been the one to just share because you never know who can help you. You never know who's going through the same situation that you're going through, but don't think that there's support or help out there to help them. So I think just this platform allows us to, hey, get our stories out, help connect with people that went through the same thing, and then we say, hey, what do we need to do to go forward? And then I like the way the commissions now, the commissioners are holding them accountable to say, hey, y'all need to account for what these people are saying that y'all doing. And then we hold them accountable as well. So we just holding everybody accountable for being better people overall, whatever profession you may be in, just be better. And that's what we go from there. Now, if it don't work there, then we'll take it to a higher level and let them determine the outcome. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. Let's see when Judge Walter Boyd is, because he gets appointed in there, does he? Or do we vote him out? I'm about to see. Cause
Yeah,
something
he gets appointed. Mm-hmm.
he gets appointed, right?
When his next thing is a next election.
Uh, he was appointed in 2011 and again in 2015. Um,
Hold
yeah,
on.
he been
Because
there ever since.
Yeah, because I know when I go to vote, I don't know about these judges. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm trusting the people that gave me that ballot to do their do justice as to finding out what these people are doing. But yet and still they ain't heard our stories with this. So like I said, the more this is out, I think, you
Right.
know, it'll hold them more accountable to be like, let's create a platform where we bring them out. And because again they're gonna try to tell you what they want you to hear, but yet and still we're like, hey, you were my judge and da 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 da, you did da 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 da, um
Okay, so this
explain.
is so basically so it's they get 4 year terms, right? So as a circuit, he's elected by um, so Illinois associate judges like William Boyd are not directly elected by the public, so voters don't vote them out. Circuit judges elected by voters in partisan elections or retained in nonpartisan retention elections. Associate judge appointed by circuit judges. The full circuit court judges, then each judicial vote by secret ballot. So here you go. You know that secret ballot, a corrupt secret ballot. They serve 4 terms. To be reappointed, they must get three-fifths votes 3/5 of the votes from the circuit judges. If they don't, they simply are not reappointed. So, what we need to do as voters is uh, indirectly influence by voting for circuit judges, since those are the ones who are later decided whether to reappoint associate judges. So with him is we just have to drag him so much that he just is not he doesn't want to run again. I mean he doesn't want to be appointed again. Like
Yep,
just
that
start
part.
going into him like we have to start like I want to know and I hope that people are watching this and I hope that it gets out there. But I want to start going to all his court cases and just sitting in there and just being and talking about it like being a court reporter. Like this man in here just lying. He just kicked another lady out. This is the fifth lady he done kicked out today. You know what I'm saying? He did 15 contempt courts. When the fuck we gonna get this thing? You know what I'm saying? Like this man gonna get reappointed again. Y'all can't
Right,
then you start looking up who are the judges who's reappointing him. You know what I'm saying? Or just looking up who are the judges who do the secret ballot. So then
right,
start going in on these judges who are just appointing these raggedy ass incompetent judges who don't know what they're doing.
right. Because when you start showing up, he gonna be like, "Where all these people come from?"
Yeah.
He gonna be questioning like who that is, especially when you know you're advocating for right.
Yeah.
I'm
So we
not
gotta
here
start doing
just
that.
because I had time to be here, but I'm here because you got a lot of complaints. So I'm trying to see are they valid
Wow.
or yeah, because he gonna
Or
question.
if
He
you
gonna
want
be
to
like,
come
"Who
on,
that
if you
is?"
want to come on Famous Friday and explain your side, Judge Boy,
That part.
yeah,
Yeah, have him come, and then we ask him questions. But when you start showing up, he in it, and he know you ain't got nothing in his court, or you be like, I'm just here because it's been a lot of concerns about you,
wow,
just boy. So I just want to validate those, see all those concerns validated.
wow.
And girl, but the baby don't say nothing. He may kick you out.
I don't have no. If he violates any of my rights, because I'm in there just watching,
Listen,
I'm
he
taking
he
him to court.
may
Yeah,
he
well, yeah,
may.
I got
I
a lawyer.
look
I got an attorney. I will.
look.
Yeah, don't play with me.
Look, don't let me be there and I turn around. He be like, who that is? Leave because I don't want you communicating. But that's who Judge Board is. Like I said, he don't want, especially with I can't say about men. I will say this about one man that came in, kept coming in with his hats, but he's a no tolerant judge. Like he don't want you to barely breathe up in there,
I don't want
and
you to
definitely
breathe.
not show no emotion
No
when the
emotion.
opposing counsel is telling
He the
lies and
only
he
person
like,
that can be emotional.
yeah, he the only one. You can't show none. You better not just you better stand like a statue. Okay.
Yeah.
If not, you may have attitude. Yeah. So
He probably was a loser in like college and loser in high school. He probably just was
blessed
a loser. You know,
Jesus.
you're dealing with a lot of losers too. So he's probably always been a loser. Now that he has some type of power,
Yeah.
he's using it because he got PTSD. Because a lot of these that's another thing. That's another issue too. All right. Well, I think we should do like a part two of this in like 6 weeks to see what's going on. And I'm gonna start going to these meetings. I'm going to the court case. I got what time is yours?
I believe 10:30, 10:30. But I
All
can
right.
I can
I
definitely
got I
confirm
got
with
a
you.
meeting.
Yeah.
I got another court case I gotta go to that day too. So yeah, I'm gonna make
You
it to
do.
both because I'm not playing. Daily Center.
Yeah, yeah. So mine will be on Zoom. So I'll send you the Zoom information and hopefully they'll let you in because they be
Oh, okay.
tripping.
No, because it's not. Why are we still doing Zoom? COVID is over.
Because yeah, so like when you because this one like could be a
Okay.
status. So this part is the motions filed, and then I'm gonna ask for a hearing to go in front of him so we can
Well, I want
argue.
to be there. I want to try to get in because they may not. Will he be at? I mean, do they do Zoom in the courts, or do they do Zoom? Does he do Zoom in his office?
So I think he has like weekly Zooms for like status, and then like if they do like a hearing,
But does he
it
do it on a
it
bench, or does he do it in his office? Because that's a problem
he
too.
do it on the he do it on the bench. So you do have some people that report down there.
Okay.
Yeah, and he'd be like, okay, how can I help you? And then you have, those that does it by Zoom. But the one on Wednesday for me would probably be a status to where
Okay.
I'm requesting a hearing.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, because I'm gonna hold, yeah, yeah. So,
Okay. Okay.
but we definitely need all the support that we can. So if like a thread of something that you can create that we
Right.
know somebody may be on a status hearing or a hearing, like that support is fundamental to them knowing, hey, we got support. She not just here for herself, especially when you pro se, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, it means a lot when they know somebody there is in their corner. Because when they ordered that body attachment,
Right.
and his attorney never did the court order, and we went to do the emergency motion, and we just showed up to his courtroom. He was like, hey, how can I help you? You know what I'm saying? And it was so ironic that my soon to be ex-husband, his lawyer was there, and he tried to stop me from going in there talking to the clerk and the judge. So I ended up, because I didn't know what happened, because we couldn't find the court order that they had ordered
Mhm.
from the emergency hearing that Wednesday. But Judge Boyd allowed me to be in front of him and present, like I'm like, I paid. So
Mhm.
during that time with his attorney being there, he was like, go find them. Like I would say this is the nicest he's ever been to me, ever. And
Okay.
he went and brought him back in, and he's like, okay, she's saying she got receipts, show it to him. And the attorney had already saw the receipt, so he was like, yeah, she got receipts, she's showing them, which you should have already known, should
Right.
already seen the receipts before I produced them to you. So he was like, okay, well, she purged herself, right up the court order
Mm.
that she purged herself, because she showed receipts where she paid the bond. But Judge Boyd, you should have known that already, that you should have never ordered that body attachment on her. You
Yeah.
should have never been in
And
the
that.
circumstances. Yeah, anyway.
How long? How long did you stay in there for?
For you talking about Cook County,
Yeah.
26 in California.
Yeah.
I was there, I arrived Friday about 6:30 p.m. and I didn't get out till Sunday at 1 o'clock a.m.
I'm so sorry
Even
that you had
though
to.
Yeah, even though they bonded me out. So, and that's another issue too, that I know they're being sued allowed the Cook County Correctional Facility.
Because you get out one day, and
Yeah,
it takes 48 hours for you to get out.
yeah, just about, because they bonded me out at what about, and that takes a process too. It took like 2 hours for them to complete that, and then probably another 2 hours for them to come tell me that they had completed it, and then they put you in what they call the bulldog, some bull holdings,
Bullpen.
yeah, bullpen. And you all thinking you finna go out. I was there. They put me in there about Saturday 3 p.m., and I didn't get out to Sunday at 1 o'clock a.m.
Yeah. See,
1 o'clock a.m.
yeah, it's given. It's given. And how much is your bond?
$21,220.
21,000 for a temple court.
Yep, I had to pay that full amount, not 10% of that,
The
but
full
that
amount.
full amount.
21,
In which,
or you
when
would
they
still, or you
came
would have still
to,
been in there.
well, yeah, whatever. But it's horrible in there. Even when
Did
they
you?
put you there,
Are you now? Is that a separate charge? Like, are you going to court for contempt of court? Like, are you in criminal court for that?
Well, I think after that contempt, you consider a criminal, right? Because they
Well,
do
yeah, but like,
everything. Like,
did they? So I mean, you paid the bond, but like, are you like they in contempt of court? You can't drop. Like, I don't know. I gotta look that up.
well, being with my
Let me look.
circumstances, I'm gonna have to see. Hey, are y'all gonna reverse it? Y'all have to take it off of me because of the court order. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what that process is. Again, like, um, and when what I will say, like everybody's situation is so unique, you know. But it's still to the point where they don't try to make things right. Like this should have never happened. Should have never happened. So going forward, I need to just know what I need to do to get it taken off of my record because it should have never happened. So I don't know. So
But it says how to get. It says to punish disrespect, obstruction, defiance of the court. It says much harder. How to get dropped much harder than civil contempt since it's punitive. Options include filing a motion, asking the judge to reconsider or vacate the contempt finding, appealing the contempt order if it's violated due process. That's what I would do because they would
yeah,
have to take that off, and then I would have to sue for my $21,000
yeah, they
and my
do.
one
Yeah,
day and my 48 hours being in
yeah.
jail that I've never been in jail ever again,
Oh,
ever
child,
before in my life. You couldn't take a
traumatized,
bath, you couldn't take a shower.
baby,
You was in there with
traumatized.
drug addicts, all
Baby, traumatized.
traumatized.
Oh,
A
like
bullpen tells
nasty.
stories.
Traumatized.
You know what I'm saying?
Traumatized.
So
So
yeah, like
yeah,
that's we gotta talk about that, Dr. Glass. We'll talk
we
about that
do.
off the air, off of this.
Yeah, we do. We do.
But yeah, so we're gonna circle back. I'm gonna be in there. I'm gonna be in the Zoom on August 20th, and yeah, we'll figure out how to do like a thread or something so we all can start looking and seeing because that's what we need to do.
We do.
So yeah, and I think people need to understand that,
We
and
do.
I think it'll make people. You know, it's no excuse why we can't log in for each other.
Right. And
Yeah,
not
you
only the
know,
people
and some
that's
do need to
just
show up. Like we need
right.
to show up in person too, but the
We
ones who can't
do.
show up in person, we need to log in.
Right. We do. We need to, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so
This is our
maybe
time.
Sarah can help with trying to figure out something how we can do that. And actually, I want that actually a part of like even with Chicago Fist Red, like maybe the domestic relations part where we're able to get something together that we get in and we start talking about this because if we continue not to talk about it and report these people because we got to report them too.
Yeah, we gotta
um
report.
yeah, we got to
Yeah.
report them, you understand, so
Yeah.
that so the more people so they can say okay, everybody's not lying now. So if we
Yeah.
even got to get a you know, we'll get a sheet, a template, you understand, and just have
Right.
everything filled out, and then you know people may have to change whatever their personal issue is, but the template basically and the email addresses and the and postage and stuff like that, we're going to have to send it out, and we have our copies. And then when people will sit and say, "Well, you never, you know, you didn't reach out or you didn't report," yes, I did. Here they are, right here.
Right. Right. Like
Yeah,
you said, we definitely gotta report them because
yeah,
that puts them on the defense. Now they gotta go get counsel
yeah,
to say, hey, 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 hey.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So
Especially when it's legitimate and all our stuff has been valid of y'all doing
exactly.
wrongdoing. So yeah, but yeah, we got it. We own it. We just
All
continue
right.
just to keep that foot on the gas and don't let up
Well, thank you for
until we
taking
get a
the
message.
time to come on my platform. You know, this is something I like to do. You know, and I think that it's something that needs to happen. And please do not hesitate to contact me, or if you need any type of support, I will do as much as I can to be there to support you and to show the corruption in these court systems, you know, in the judicial system, in the domestic relations system, in the family court division, in the marriage, you know, the whole divorce, how this is a whole process. You know what I'm saying? Like It should
Right.
not take this long.
It should not.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. And thank you for what all you do. I appreciate that as well. And I
Thank
know
you.
we
All
will
right,
be in
Dr.
contact.
Glass.
All right now.
All right.
Okay. Talk to you soon.
Talk to
All
you
right.
soon.
All right. Bye bye.
So yes, so that was our first judge, Walter Stewart Boyd. And you honestly, you trash. You trash, and you might be trash because you're probably tired. You probably need to resign. You know what I'm saying? You probably don't want to do this no more. You're not happy. You know, go resign. You've been a judge since 1998. You've been a lawyer. You've been in the law game since 1983. Take your old ass on a cruise. Doing Stop doing it. Stop ruling on domestic relation court. I mean, domestic relation cases because you are not following the guidelines, the policies. You don't care. You feel like you've seen it all. You feel like you know it all because you've been doing this since 1983. You've been a judge since 1998. Retire, resign, let somebody else come in there because you are doing a terrible job. And I would hate you already suspect because them 243 guns that you done gave back to a buyback to this church, and that one gun just was out here. That I gotta go do a whole research on that because nigga, you doing murder. You part of a murder. You part of a murder on top of ruling on domestic relation cases, and we can't get you out because it's a secret ballot that votes you in from some other corrupt judges. Like that ain't make no sense. Like it don't make no sense. So yeah, so we're gonna have to figure this out. But yeah, you the first one up. If you have any other judges, because we already know they're all trash, like Judge Krista Butler, she's absolutely trash over there, and she will evict you. You can have all the stuff to show you that you are not that you shouldn't be evicted. You have all the evidence. You show how unlawful, but whoever gets her the money first. She'll do it. She's absolutely terrible. Her name is Krista Butler. She snuck in there during COVID. A lot of these new judges too. That's trash snuck in there during COVID. Understand? So that's a whole nother situation. But yeah, these are crooks. Yo, the judicial system really is. The judicial system has always been broken, but it's just so wild to see this with all of the technology that we have, all like they counted us all the way out. Like honestly, the black Americans, South Side Chicago is West Side Chicago is suburban, Chicago and Southland, Northland. They literally counting us out because we are politically ignorant and we do not vote. We don't care to vote. We don't think about voting. We're not into politics. We don't see what's going on. We're not. All of our dollars sponsor all of this BS that's going on. We should, and we are y'all are the strongest voting bloc for the Democratic Party, and all of these people are Democrats who are doing this to us. It be our own people, and this is political supremacy. This is democratic supremacy that you're dealing with. And this is not white supremacy. This is democratic, supremacy. This is nigga gatekeeping. This is clown supremacy. This is the worst of the worst of the worst. But we only can blame ourselves because I'm just not into politics. I just don't want to do politics. Politics, okay, you don't want to do politics, but politics is doing you, okay? It's whooping your ass, okay? And that's because we are politically ignorant. We have like if we got to do study groups, okay, we got to do study groups. If you got, we got to like this. We got to study these clowns. These people work for us. We don't work for them. They wouldn't have no salaries. They wouldn't have their lifestyles if it wasn't for us. So we have to get into. First of all, we have to register to vote. Register to vote and stop. And you got to walk away from the Democratic Party. You got to walk away from run for the Democratic Party. Boots on the ground, fans, whatever you got to do. Stroll from the Democratic Party, bark away from the Democrat, whatever is going to do that you need to do to but walk away from the Democratic Party and register as a Republican. I want you to register as a Republican. The only way that these people in the Cook County, city of Chicago, and state of Illinois know that nobody's playing with it, especially the South Side and West Side, register as a Republican and make history. Make history. But if you can't just see yourself doing that, register as an independent. However, you gotta get from the Democratic Party. You gotta get from the Democratic Party. Democratic Party don't care about you. They ain't never cared about you. They don't even care about themselves. If they care about themselves, they would not. They are embarrassed right now, and they can't say nothing because they're public figures. They're public servants, so they can't. You know how many people want to curse? Doesn't call me social media gangster. I'm a social media gangster. You're a political thief. Okay, you're a political thief. If you're a judge and you're getting paid to screw over people's lives. You are a hoe. Okay, you are a hoe, and you are a weird hoe, because why would you do something like that? Why would you do something like that when it comes to this stuff? So you have to really understand these people. When people say that, the root of all evil is money. The money is the root of all evil. For niggas like these people that are literally don't care about anybody but themselves, because they ain't used to shit. These people ain't used to shit. If you were used to money, if you were used to life, if you had a conscience, if you really cared about what you're doing, you would not be doing what you do. So yeah, you suck. You suck. So William Walter Boyd, whatever your name, Walter S. Boyd, step down and go and do something else with life. Go be a professor. You was you did a few lectures. Go on tour about you being a judge, and you have a story. You brought 243 guns. Let me just say this one more time, because that was just wild. It was 200 and that was a wild situation. Just before I leave, that was wild. Like, I mean, the fact that nobody ain't really talking about that is kind of crazy, but it just came out. But you see that ABC, the mainstream, nobody did do anything like that. So the gun buyback event, Cook County Judge William Stewart Boyd participated in a Chicago Police Department CPD gun buyback event nearly 2 decades ago, turning over 2 old firearms, including Smith & Wesson 38 caliber revolver. In 2012, one of the guns Boyd had surrendered, was found at the scene of a fatal police shooting in Cicero. And Judge Boyd's reaction was, for me to turn a weapon to CPD and it ends up in Cicero, what does that tell you? I don't know, Judge Boyd. I don't know. Why did you go to a gun buyback event? to turn over 2 old firearms. That don't even make no sense. And he's still on the bench. 20 years ago. The CPD investigated, but didn't interview anyone involved. Said that it would be difficult and unwise. Corruption. The corruption continues. All right. Well, that's it. Next Famous Friday is next up is we're doing another candidate, another Republican candidate. So yes, I will be putting that out next week. But yes, that'll be our next Famous Friday, and then after that, we are back at an alderman, and it will be the 21st Ward. Alderman Ronnie Mosley. Okay, so we have Republican candidate next Famous Friday, and then the week after that, we have the 21st Ward Alderman Ronnie Mosley. You're up next. You're up next.